right. Welcome everybody to another BD Boxing podcast, broadcasting to you live from the true north. This is your friend Mr. BDA, and alongside with me as always my co-host, the one, the only King, Ucho. King, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Now before we get down to the fun, let's get the business out of the way, fellas. You know what it's all about. If you want to contribute to the show, you can do so by continuing to listen, subscribing, liking, and just spreading the BDA gospel all over the place. Also, if you want to help us upgrade our software for some new upcoming things, some novelties, you can always donate via the PayPal, via the super chat, of course, during the podcast, or you can check out our Patreon page for the donation of said shekels. Well, like I said, you can just continue to spread the BDA gospel as well. All is appreciated. And also appreciated is the viewership that we have. I want to give a shout out to... Who is here? Hold on a second. Check the chat room here. We got Triple JJJ, Box, Kachnello, Give Me My Belts, June 1 Shack, DUCCK, Duck, Boxing Spectrum, aka Gonzalo, Wexford DJ, Guyan Rustling, and many more to come, I am sure. Fellas, thank you for joining us. And boys, speaking of quality, we have got a quality matchup this Friday. It's a bit weird, huh, Bucho? To get a fight of this caliber on Friday, but I guess that's the way ESPN is deciding to do things nowadays. What do you think about a Friday fight?
Well, is there something on Saturday? Not boxing wise, but I don't know, maybe there's an event.
As far as I know, there's nothing big going on in terms of boxing on Saturday.
Yeah, besides boxing, maybe there's an event. There's an event, maybe. NFL or some, I don't know.
Maybe, but I do have to be a bit of a party pooper here because, number one, it's a good thing that this fight, by the way, Pete, shout out to Pete in the chat room, he says college football. So you're going to get a bunch of those people that could never actually play football in college, but who are nevertheless somehow fans of it. And you're going to get a bunch of degenerate gamblers also spending all their weekend glued to the television trying to beat the spread. Now listen, one thing I want to say about this Bucho, apparently this fight, Beterbiev Gvozdyk, by the way, we didn't even talk about the fight. I said I'm excited about the fight. I'm so excited I forgot to tell you what the fight is. In case you didn't know, Alexander Gvozdyk, 17-0 with 14 knockouts, light heavyweight champ with a belt on the line. But of course, more importantly, some people believe he's the lineal light heavyweight champion, and he's going to be taking on Artur Beterbiev, also undefeated, 14-0 with 14 knockouts via Russia. He's also a belt holder, but what's more important about him is what has everybody glued and watching his progress, that is that he's got a lot of punching power. This guy is a power puncher through and through. He's built like a tank. So we're all very excited about this fight. Like I was telling you, Bucho, this fight is on ESPN, not ESPN2, not ESPN Plus, ESPN. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's great. That's it's in the main channel, I guess, so it's gonna get more views. I don't know, but I haven't been following the promotion, so I don't know how well promoted it has been. But I know for us boxing fans, I mean, this is a great fight. I'm gonna do my Richard Schaefer right now. This is a great fight. Two undefeated boxers who will leave it all in the ring.
Tom, can you get me off the hook? For old time's sake.
I don't know, Bucho, you gotta stop doing that impression, man.
Schaefer voice, come on. Everybody does it.
Yeah, we're gonna get sued by Richard Schaefer for defamation. And sexual harassment. But listen, the point is, speaking of promotions, I went on RDS, which is the ESPN equivalent here in Quebec. It's a big sports network, and they're big on boxing because it is from Quebec, which is a province that is crazy for boxing. Not a lot of articles for a fight of this caliber, Bucho. Beterbiev, by the way, for those of you who don't know, he is from Russia, but he fights out of Montreal, Canada. Has been since he turned pro, I believe. And not a lot of coverage on their website. I haven't checked out any other news websites. Usually in their sports section, they will cover boxing. Beterbiev, though, not getting that type of coverage. Maybe things are going to change before Friday. I don't know. We got about 2 days left. But one thing I will tell you, Bucho, in regards to Beterbiev's silver lining here, should he win this fight, I think he will become a big star in Montreal because let's face it, the president was already said with Lucien Bute. Bute was not a Canadian national. He was from Romania originally. But nevertheless, he was able to get a big following here in Quebec. All you got to do is show that you are a good boxer, you conduct yourself with a certain amount of dignity and decorum, and bam, these people will flock to see you. I will say, when I went to see Beterbiev fight in a bar, he fought the Argentinian dude that made it to the final of that super middleweight tournament in Monaco a couple of years ago. The one that Edwin Rodriguez won. Anyway, he fought that dude, and I went to a bar to see it. The bar was jam packed, and this was about 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. So obviously, was that?
Okay. All right. No, I don't.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, boxing fans will pack bars to watch him. Now the question is whether will they travel to Philadelphia, which is where the fight is taking place, which is not that far from Montreal. Will they head over there to watch him? I don't think so. But let me tell you, if he wins, Bucho, you better wait and prepare yourself to hear Turbiev's name mentioned a lot more here in Quebec.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, I don't know. I haven't checked how much people are having talking about this fight over here, but they should be talking about it because Gvozdyk is the guy who put Donnie Stevenson in a coma. You know what I mean? So, and then, like you said, Beterbiev, he lives here with his family. So I would be shocked if this fight isn't big over here.
Yeah, but yeah, I think they're gonna amp it up in the next couple of days. You know, there's other things happening in Canada, other big news. For example, that igloo that fell on a family up north. That's big news.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, they built a bridge too. The bridge.
Justin Trudeau wearing a bulletproof vest now.
Yeah, he thinks he's 50 Cent now, walking around with a bulletproof vest. Go get the fuck out of here, Justin. Listen. You know I'm a supporter of yours. Trampires and transvestites and all that. I'm all for it. You gotta win this election. You gotta stop looking like an idiot wearing a bulletproof vest. You're not in Compton, all right? Get it together, Justin.
Alan in the chat saying, "What do Quebecois know about boxers? They worshipped that baby raper Stevenson." Sounds like he went to Vietnam.
Yeah, who said that?
Alan
Damireki.
Yeah, he's always in the chat, you know.
Yeah. They worship the baby. You got it completely wrong, Alan. Come on. Giuseppe LaRocca says, "Have you guys heard Shield's brother was charged with the assault against James Ali Bashir?" I did not know that, but I do know that apparently didn't Shield say initially she said she didn't know who the guy was, and then it turns out it was her brother. Now when they say it was her brother, are they saying literal brother, or is like what the way black people say they, "What's up, brother? How you doing?"
No, I think it's
yeah, what's up, baby? What's up? What?
I didn't see anything.
You didn't see anything? All right. Well, I'm not really interested. He knocked the guy out. Hey, listen, it's boxing. You get in another guy's face, even if he's not a boxer, just a trainer, or whatever. You know, you gotta expect this type of things. Remember when Roy Jones's trainer knocked out poor Norman Stone?
Oh yeah.
Stone. Yeah, they had to call the paramedics, and they took the shirt off, which was they took Norman Stone's shirt off, which, I mean, getting knocked out was bad enough, and now he had to show his fat, hairy gut to everybody. That had to be the most embarrassing thing.
Didn't Lou Duva have a heart attack during that Golada
Tyson?
Riddick Bowe, the whole thing.
Oh, I don't think so. I think you're confusing him with Mickey from Rocky in Rocky 3.
No, man. Lou Duva, something happened to the guy. He was son of, remember?
I don't know. Listen, if that did happen, people will tell us in the chat.
He's coming out, Johnny. What? He's coming out.
Bucho, we got to play Norman Stone clips every time we bring him up.
Fight this motherfucker. This is it, John. Fight him. Go out, fight this fucking guy.
What a guy.
What I miss him.
Let's see what people are saying. Oh yeah, apparently Patrick Dave passed away. Sad day in boxing. But Bucho, I mean, every year somebody gets whacked in boxing, but it's happening a little bit too often nowadays. That's a little scary, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a reason why. Maybe there's, I mean, I don't know. I was going to say there's more coverage, but that it's not like a few years ago we were like in the 18th century or something, you know?
But what I'm
I
saying
don't.
is, there's been a lot more.
Yeah, but why? Why?
I don't know. I guess it just listen. I can't recall the last time that we had so many of this sad events happen, but they're
Have we
happening
missed
in.
more fights this year?
I don't think so. I think I just think it's statistically it's bound to happen. It was bound to happen to have this many.
Statistically, maybe you have more fights.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we're having more fights. I don't think so. It doesn't. I'd have to check. But
No?
yeah, sad day. Sad when this type of shit happens. But yeah, shout out to what's his name, Patrick Day. Salud. He
Hey,
died doing what he
boxing
loved.
spectrum.
Was that Bucho?
Considering the weight class they are cutting weight.
Yeah, that's another. But then again, that's a subject for another episode. Uh, Listen, this freaking Arthur Beterbiev Bucho. I was doing a little bit of research on him because I knew I'd heard that he had a great amateur background. But I never actually did any research on it, as far as I can remember. So I went on his Wikipedia page, and there you see his picture. Bucho, I don't know if you can see the picture. Doesn't Beterbiev look like a guy that sells AK-47s to a bunch of Congolese guerrillas? Look at him.
Oh yeah, man! What the? Look at that.
He's Chechen, I think, because I saw there was a picture with him. Yeah, I think he was born in Dagestan. So
Dagestan.
Dagestan, yeah.
I don't know how you pronounce it.
Remember
Dagestan.
the BDA rule. The BDA rule: never travel to any of the countries that end with "stan." Pakistan, Dagestan, Tajikistan, or whatever the hell that name the country is, where these bikers got decapitated one day or killed. Not decapitated. Not decapitated. Kazakhstan, don't go there either. Big country, but I'm pretty sure there's vampires there. I mean, listen, just don't go to any stands. And this is where Beterbiev was born, so he must be tough. All right. And here you can see a whole bunch of championships. He won Bucho Gold at the 2006 Plovdiv European Championships, 2010 Moscow European Championships. He won gold at the World Championships in 2009, silver in the 2000 Chicago. I mean, this guy. And remember, when he was an amateur, he was the amateur standout. He was the golden goose for the federation. His teammate Sergei Kovalev was the black sheep, and also what's his name? Beterbiev beat Gvozdyk in the amateurs. Now I know it's the amateurs, doesn't really mean much, but it's a nice little aside there. And Beterbiev also fought Alexander Usyk twice and gave him pretty good fights. I haven't seen the second fight, but I did see the first one, and it was what's his name? Usyk had about 3 inches on the guy Bucho, and Beterbiev handled himself pretty well, pretty well. I wanted to show you a picture too. What?
That said, Blue Collar Sports TV says Beterbiev looks like a GTA 4 character. He looks like Nico Bellic. What's Nico
Yeah,
Bellic?
that's true. That's true. Who said that? Del Boy. Shout out to Del Boy. Oh, by the way, Del Boy, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to ban you the last time because what happened was I gotta explain what happened. I banned a whole bunch of people accidentally. I was listening to the show, and I was doing a little bit of a workout, and I had the phone in my pocket, and I guess something was touching the screen, and it never happened. What a coincidence, though! It's very strange that it accidentally banned people. Like,
Just
why
say the
would it?
truth. He said, "Fuck that British muppet."
But then why did also Michael Stott and Joe Lopez they got banned? They didn't just get timed out. Del Boy accidentally got timed out. These other fuckers got banned. I had to go do a whole thing and unban them. So yeah, I didn't mean to do that. You know what it was, Buchu? Was my cock. Too big a cock was accidentally pressing on the screen. That's what happened. That's one of the pitfalls of having a big cock. So it wasn't me that banned him. It was my huge cock. All right. But was that?
Bruh.
Yeah, all right. Listen, Bucho, speaking of big things, I want to show you a picture here from Beterbiev's Instagram page, just to give you a bit of an idea of how big this dude is and how much he's built like a brick shit house, man. Or what's the expression? Brick shit house. Anyway,
I'm not familiar with the shit expressions.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they say that he's built like a brick shit house, but look at it. This is a picture with Beterbiev alongside Georges St. Pierre on the right there. Beterbiev obviously in the middle. He's not the black guy, the guy in the middle. And you know for a fact. Well, Boxing Sauce just subscribed. Shout out to Boxing Sauce. Bucho, look at Georges St. Pierre. Was that
the name?
Boxing Sauce? Yeah. Georges St. Pierre Bucho. He's about 5'10", 110, I think. And he fights, or he used to fight initially at 170. Then for his last fight, he fought at 185, I believe. So you must know that he probably walks around 190, 200 pounds. Look at him. Beterbiev not only is taller than him, depends on what type of shoes they're wearing as well. And then he's freaking big. I mean, he looks.
Yeah, and you compare Beterbiev with Gvozdyk, and Beterbiev, I know Gvozdyk's taller, right? But Beterbiev's body, it looks like a fucking, like a rock, like you. He looks like you know what, Wolverine, that actor Hugh Jackman on roids, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's on roids, by the way. That guy.
That chin, we'll talk about it later. That chin, but it's not a bad chin, but
yeah, we gotta get to that
it
eventually.
doesn't match his body though.
It doesn't match his body. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll like you said, we'll talk about that. Let's go through the chat room real quick. Fights says Hugh Jackman was on roids. No, of course he was. You think? Yeah, these motherfuckers. They get they 3 months before a movie. Well, Irvin Luck just subscribed. Shout out to Irvin Luck. Luck or Lucky? Anyway, what's his name? Yeah, these actors, Bucho. 3 months before they start shooting, they start training they go around with a personal trainer. All of a sudden, they're jacked. They add 15 pounds of muscle. That is not possible, even if you're training every day. Yeah, I heard a story. I don't know if it's true or not, but
Don't bullshit me.
yeah, exactly. I don't know if it's true or not, but supposedly the guy that plays Superman, what's his name? The British guy who was in the Borgias, not the Borgias. He was on the Tudors. Anyway, that dude, he's freaking like 6 feet something tall, 200 something pounds, all muscle. Supposedly, he said that his personal trainer went up to him before he started the whole regimen. And he told him, "All right, what do you want me to use to make you big? You want the HGH or you want steroids?" The other guy said, "None of those things." And supposedly the trainer said, "Good answer." So that supposedly the trainer said, "Good answer." Because if you would have said yes, I would have trained you. I'm thinking, come on, man. Like, what is that bullshit story? Like, yeah.
Do you want the injection through your heart or stomach? Like,
exactly. You want up your ass or come on, talk to me here, baby. All right.
Let's get. You want to invite somebody first so I can invite everybody else?
No, I don't. SSB28 says BDA looking through Beterbiev pic like he an Instagram thought. Well, first of all, I don't know what you're talking like a Moulignan. The Beterbiev pic like he at Instagram thought. No, but it's true. I mean, Beterbiev does look bigger than GSP. That's actually pretty impressive, man. Because, like I said, GSP he's not a small dude. Or maybe he looks bigger than we think, Bucho, because he wears all those tight shirts all the time, like Johnny Nelson. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be hypnosis type thing, or an illusion. Fight Scout says the only guy that bulked up for real was Amir Khan, the Indian actor. It took him like 13 months. Well, there you go. The Indians are doing it right. Pete says Hollywood Heredia. Yeah. By the way, who is it? The guy who's going to be fighting Ryan Garcia, my Ryan Garcia. Something. I forget the guy's name. He's training with Memo Heredia. So now I'm a little worried, Bucho. A little worried for Ryan Garcia.
Why?
All right, that makes no sense, Bucho. That X-Files. Romero Duno, shout out.
Saying everyone's involved in some sort of conspiracy.
I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna call somebody. Okay, so we're gonna get some more.
Let me read some comments then. Let's see what people are saying in the chat.
I think you're gonna get kicked out. I mean, hold on.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Phone call. I'll place an overseas phone call and then we'll. All right. All right, you can read the messages now.
All right. Let's see. Boxing Spectrum Gonzalo says Romero Dono?
Yeah,
that's his name. And Box says Romero don't know. That makes more sense. G Boogie M6G says don't know he's under the tutelage of Freddie Roach. Suwa says my Ryan Garcia. Lol. Yep. It is his
people find that funny. Yeah, people find that funny, huh? Good. When he becomes a big star, don't come crying to me like, oh,
Yeah.
He's gonna be a big star. All right? I paid that. You know what Golden Boy did for this guy? Dancing lessons, acting lessons. Then I had to go with my olive oil smooth voice, and I took him away from him. Took him away from De La Hoya. And the man in De La Hoya's position cannot be afford to be made to look ridiculous. All right. Oh, we got Gonzalo on the line. Bucho, Gonzalo, you there?
Hello.
How you doing, man? Thank you for being on. We're just talking about the Gvozdyk versus Beterbiev fight. It's gonna be a good one there, Gonzalo. What are your thoughts on this fight?
Very interesting fight. Very interesting fight between two Europeans with amateurs backgrounds, undefeated as professionals, punchers. With the Eastern Europeans, if we follow what Golovkin did against Debriachenko, it's proven to be like wars, style matchups with two Eastern Europeans. As far as giving the fights, they're interesting. And I hope it's a war. These guys have both been dropped before. So we're going to see how they react to each other's punches because they both hit hard. And one is going to move on to bigger and better things. So, yeah, it's interesting. Undefeated fighters. And personally, I think Gvozdyk, since he's a little rangier and a little taller, and he also hits hard, he's going to keep at the end of his punches. I saw some of his highlights. And he's only going to go step into Arthur Beterbiev's wheelhouse unless he hurts him, and he'll take advantage of that. He fought a puncher in Adonis Stevenson who was an old man at 40 years old, but then again, he was able to weather that storm and only go in there for the kill in the later rounds against him. So I think similar, he's not going to go in there and try to step into his wheelhouse and fight Arthur Beterbiev where he can also get caught. Like I said, he's also been dropped. But then he's going to chip away with hard punches. And actually, I think there's going to be multiple knockdowns in this fight. But I'm picking Alexander Gvozdyk.
Oh, okay. You're picking Gvozdyk by decision or by?
I'm picking him by late stoppage. And there's going to be like multiple knockdowns.
Oh, multiple.
Maybe Gvozdyk gets dropped once and Beterbiev gets dropped twice.
Well, that's the thing I wanted to bring up is that I was reading the message boards and the comment sections all over the place, and some people are saying, not everybody, but some are saying, Beterbiev is gonna walk through Gvozdyk's punches. He's just too strong. He's got a better. Some people feel that he's got a better chin than Gvozdyk, and I'm thinking, where are people getting that from? Usually just because when a guy comes forward for most of his career, people seem to assume that he has a better chin, but Beterbiev has been dropped. And not necessarily against the best of opposition. Now I know, some guys hit hard and they're not necessarily world class. But so the point is that he could have been facing. Maybe Callum Johnson was a big puncher. I don't know. But the point is that he's being dropped himself. So I don't know. I don't think it's safe to say that he has the better chin. What do you guys think about that?
He's fought the lesser opposition. They both have 14 knockouts. And he's fought lesser rounds, like 50, and Gvozdyk has fought 80. They've both been dropped. So, I mean, if we go by that, he's fought lesser rounds and has been dropped. I think one or two times already.
Well, you know what? You brought up the opposition. So let's stick with that. Beterbiev has had a couple of shaky moments. He did get dropped. I mean, like I said, 14 14 knockouts. He's only gone 12 rounds once. Not the distance. He got to the 12th round against Colling. What was his name again? The German dude.
Yeah.
He looked like the guy who looked like proto Arthur Abraham, and he went almost the distance, and he ended up stopping the dude, but he didn't look all that great. So that was a bit of a patchy moment there. He also got dropped by Aaron Pryor Jr. or one of those Pryors. I forget the guy's name exactly. It was a bit of a weird knockdown, if you ask me. I'd have to rewatch it. He did get dropped by Callum Johnson, but then he ended up coming back and stopping the dude. And in his last fight against that pirate-looking Chechnyan dude, not Chechnyan, the Serbian dude, yeah. First of all, he doesn't even look Serbian. He looked like a cholo from L.A. Did you see that?
I know.
He was bald,
yeah,
tattooed, and he had like a mustache. I'm thinking, where the fuck is? Then he came out of the movie Training Day or something. But he also caught Beterbiev with a couple of shots. So we've seen Beterbiev being hit a little bit. You can land on him because he's coming forward. But you can also box a little bit. We'll get to that later on. But the point is here, in all my filler busting, is that Beterbiev has been in a couple of tough fights, but he's never gone 12 full rounds. And in the fight where he did get to the 12th round against Colling, he fought very measured. The crowd were booing. Teddy Atlas seemed to be on the rag that day. He was particularly irate. Okay, I'm hearing some echo there from Bucho. And
What?
yeah, maybe you should mute the mic. All right. And so, what do you guys think? Do you think Beterbiev had just had enough night? Was he pacing himself because he didn't want to exert himself and he didn't know if he could go 12 rounds? What do you guys think?
I think he's just a hard puncher. You know how like when he's a hard puncher, most definitely with two hands.
Right.
But as a fighter steps up and fights better opposition, those knockdowns start becoming less. And I think he's at the cusp, especially when he's fighting Gvozdyk, who's really a good fighter. That's going to start, where he's going to start getting less knockouts. And this is a big step up in competition, and that's the reason he's got the 14 KOs in 14 fights, because he really hasn't fought great fighters. And the only fight against that guy you're talking about, he got it, but like in the 12th round. So it's gonna start becoming like where he has less. It's not gonna be like 100% KO ratio like all the time. And starting with this fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, look. The opposition he's fought is not horrible, but it is pretty good. You know, he's done himself listen. If you want to say that Gvozdyk has fought the better opposition, that's absolutely. Excuse me, that's absolutely true. But the way Beterbiev stops his opponents, I don't think Gvozdyk could do the same. Could stop them the same way. Now, I will say that Gvozdyk is an underrated puncher. 17-0, 14 knockouts. He did stop Stevenson. He did stop Chilemba, even though that was a shoulder injury or whatever. But he was doing better than Kovalev did against Chilemba. You know, Chilemba had Kovalev's nose running with blood. So, Gvozdyk has beaten some good opposition. He can crack, but not like Beterbiev. I mean, you can just see that Beterbiev has a whole different type of punching power. By the way, we've got Cameron on the line. Cameron, are you there?
How are you? How you doing, guys?
Hey, good to have you on board, man. Now, Cameron, one of the things we've talked about here, what's his name? Beterbiev, we've been talking about for about 2 years about him. When's he gonna fight? What can he do against the top opposition? Well, the day is here, or it's gonna be here. He's gonna be fighting Alexander Gvozdyk, who many people see as the best light heavyweight in the world. Some even see him as the lineal light heavyweight champion of the world. How excited are you to finally see Beterbiev fight a guy that might just beat him? You know, we don't know.
Yeah, this is the most excited I've been for a fight throughout the whole year. Actually, this is my favorite fight of the year. Really excited for it. I even watched the media Q&A they did today. I think it's an intriguing fight. Like I said on, I think it was Johnny's show or McGregor's. I said they're undefeated, arguably in their prime, world champions, unification, potential pound for pound status on the line here, and you can pick and fight as you can get right now. It's a big fight. I'm not too sure. I literally jumped on a call just now, and you said that you think or was Beterbiev fighting because he didn't know if he could do 12 rounds. I'm not too sure what fight you're on about. But when he fought Enrico Colin, the fight before he fought Callum Johnson, that went late before he eventually stopped him. So Beterbiev, but we've seen that he's got a gas tank. But what I like about this fight is that the other fighter can exploit. Beterbiev, we've seen it before. Callum Johnson, Jeff Page, been knocked down by those two guys, and that's when he's got careless with his offense. He's been on the front foot. Beterbiev's a bully, and he could bulldoze any light heavyweight down. He could knock any light heavyweight down, but he's levels above anybody he's fought. Levels above, and yeah, he is the lineal champion. In my opinion, Kovalev has to be the best light heavyweight based on his credentials at the weight, but Gvozdyk, in terms of ability at this point, is probably the best. This is a really big fight. I think I edged to Beterbiev. I think he'll stop Gvozdyk. Just because I think that Beterbiev's that good. I've always rated Beterbiev. But it is Beterbiev's lack of fights and whether or not he's kind of, I think he's 33 now, so he's kind of maybe just coming out of his prime. So we have to see. But I feel at this point I lean to Beterbiev, but it's such a close fight. I'm not too sure.
That's the thing I forgot to mention. The Beterbiev is 34, and the guy with the more experience in this fight, Alexander Gvozdyk, is actually 32, the younger fella. So I do wonder, Cameron, the reason why I brought the calling fight. By the way, I forgot his first name was Enrico. What is this guy?
Enrico Colin.
What is he from Puerto Rico or something? Enrico, hey. But anyway, the point is,
He's German. German.
I know, but what's his first name? Enrico. Anyway, the point is this: we're not gonna talk about names
That's
on
it.
this episode. That's for the next episode. What did you think about that calling fight, guys? Because I wasn't really impressed. I mean, I know he was pacing himself, and I know in the end he did get the guy Enrico out of there, but it didn't bode well for him. That now, especially at 34, he seems to be fighting in a pace that he doesn't really want to overexert himself. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I think it's Colin. It didn't help that Colin was fighting to survive. Like Colin didn't want to engage with Beterbiev. He was on the back foot. Beterbiev was chasing him around throughout the whole fight. And Beterbiev, for me, I think his lack of fights has really hindered him. When he first started fighting, he was active. He fought guys like Tavoris Cloud. Some real top guys early on in his career. Then he kind of faded out with promotional issues. I feel like the Colin fight, I think he was coming off a long layoff. Colin was fighting so negatively, so it's hard for a fighter to look good in a fight like that. And Beterbiev's quite basic with his offense. He's just that much of a brute. He's going to go in and take you out, but we've seen before. He can be caught and he can be exploited, but against Colin, I just think Colin was that negative. I think Beterbiev wasn't going to look good regardless of how he fought, because Colin was just on the back foot. He didn't want to engage with him. But let's be real, you can't blame him. I mean, who wants to engage with Beterbiev? Because chances are, you're going to get caught, you're going to get knocked out. I'm one of the best punchers in the world right now. So I just think he couldn't look good against Colin the way he was fighting in that fight.
Yeah, man, listen, at the end of the day, he got him out of there. Calling, that is. But nevertheless, it's, by the way, Buchu's preparing the sheet there to get proper predictions. We're going to write them down.
Also, I just want to quickly add that the problem is with Beterbiev, where we're not seeing him against the top of the division. We don't actually know how good he is. We don't actually know how he can raise his game when he's put under pressure against an elite guy. So we don't know how he's going to fare when he's put to the test by someone who's around his level. Because I feel like sometimes fighters get complacent. I feel like Beterbiev has kind of been fighting. He's been lacking competition, especially his last two fights. How motivated was he? This is the biggest fight of his career. He's motivated. He looks happy. So we may see a different Beterbiev in this fight.
Yeah, maybe it's he might step it up, like you said. We just don't know. But the problem here is, again, and you made a good point. Calling, or I don't know how you spell his name. He was on the defensive, but here's the thing: he had his gloves up all the time. He was just essentially giving Beterbiev the peekaboo guard. Now, when you have a power puncher like Beterbiev, what I like to see when a guy does that to him is just bust through that guard. Overhand rights, left hooks, bang the body. Gassiev did it against Doricos. Golovkin did it against a guy like, for example, Rubio. Canelo does it nowadays. If you just stand in front of him, he's just going to whack you. Beterbiev did do that. It was tap, 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 tap. And Teddy Atlas brought up a very good point during that fight. He said that Beterbiev's rhythm was all wrong. Instead of him going jab, jab, right hand, he was going jab, jab, and then an overhand right. And oftentimes he missed. Oftentimes he didn't even go through. It's like I wanted to see him open up more. And at the end of the day, I know it's a moot point because he did get the guy out of there. But you wonder, Gvozdyk is a mobile fighter. He's got better skills than in calling. What if he doesn't give Beterbiev an opening? Is Beterbiev going to be able to create it?
Beterbiev is going to be put in trouble in this fight. Like, Beterbiev defensively isn't the most responsible fighter in the world, and Gvozdyk is. If Gvozdyk finds an opening, he take advantage of it and he'll do damage. Like we saw against Stevenson, he can move in angles, counter well. I mean, it's that Ukrainian style of fight. We've seen it numerous times. Gvozdyk's going to put angles on Beterbiev that he's not seen before. And if Gvozdyk lands enough shots, he's got the power with that right hand Gvozdyk to knock you out. But this is what I said. This fight is so exciting because both guys can hurt their opponents and they can also be hurt. I think it's a very close fight. If Gvozdyk wins, I'm not going to be surprised. Like, there's some clown in the chat saying a Beterbiev fangirl or whatever the fuck it is. He can get to fuck. So I think it's such a close fight. Confident at all who I pick in this fight, but I'm going with Beterbiev. But listen, Gvozdyk could iron him out.
I think Gonzalo.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Since they both have a high KO percentage, if it's going to go the distance.
I don't know, man. Bucho, you're the betting guy. Would you expect this fight to go to? Would you bet, in other words, for this fight to go the distance?
No, I think there's a chance. I think it's a 50-50 chance.
50-50 chance.
Yeah, that it goes to distance. I
I
mean,
think
we
it does.
both. I think both guys are gonna go down. Where's this fight taking place?
Philadelphia.
I don't know. I think there's a chance also that this fight may end up not being as exciting as we both think. I think
Yes.
the early rounds, both guys are going to be very tense. I think they're going to be feeling each other out, and I think it's going to take a while before one of these fighters, actually takes a risk to engage and land a big shot. Now, I wouldn't surprise me if this fight turns out to be a stinker. Like, I don't think it will, but there's a chance this fight could be a stinker.
Who's the guy who's willing to take more chances? I think it's gonna be Gvozdyk. Believe it or not.
Because he's rangier, he's got 2.5-inch reach advantage, and he's taller by like 3 inches. So that's gonna be a key factor, the range.
I think Beterbiev's going to have to take more risks in this fight. Actually, I think Gvozdyk's got more about him in terms of creativity. I think Beterbiev is going to have to be a bit more lenient with how many risks he takes in this fight. That's my opinion.
But will he take those risks though? Because we've seen Beterbiev in those type of fights, like you said, where like he really doesn't do much, man. Like he's just waiting for either his opponent to make a mistake or for his opponent to come to him so he can get in there and can counter. But I mean, look at the Colin fight. I mean, what was the problem there? Like, why wasn't he able to figure out? Because the other guy looked pretty basic, in my opinion. I mean, he was shelling up, of course, but come on.
He was fighting like Malik Scott, Enrico Cohen in that fight. He literally didn't want to engage all. It was so hard. I mean, Beterbiev really didn't really know what to expect. And I don't think anybody. I watched Colin fight before that fight. And he does not fight like that, Colin. I don't think anybody expects that. But Beterbiev obviously didn't prepare for that from Colin, because Colin on the inside, and he's not exactly a negative fighter beforehand. So I think that was just kind of a weird fight, man.
Yeah, but I was disappointed in that type of fight because he's unable to break down his opponent. Like, let's say a Golovkin, when he has a fighter like that, he usually knocks them out.
Yeah, you've got a point. You've got a point. If you're an elite fighter, you should be finding ways to take out that sort of opponent. You have got a point. I see where you're coming from with that, but yeah, it was just a weird fight.
So now we're gonna have he's gonna have an elusive fighter. The only positive for Beterbiev in this fight for him is that, well, at least Gvozdyk, he does take chances and he likes to mix it up from time to time. And let's be honest, his hands are low when he does that sometimes when he starts exchanging. And so that may be the opportunity for Beterbiev to actually, finish a fight, I'd say.
You know, it's interesting, Bucho. You said that this fight might be boring. Some people in the chat are saying, how is this fight going to be boring as Beterbiev comes forward? But he doesn't really just come forward any old time. I mean, first of all, you got to remember Beterbiev. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, this man has a deep amateur dossier. He knows how to box. In fact, there's certain fights where you'll see him back up a little bit. It's not like he's just coming forward a la Golovkin, or he's got boxing skills. And there's, like I said, there's times where he's on the back foot for a bit of the rounds. You know what I mean? So he's not.
No, he's not a bad boxer. He's not a. He backs up. He lures his opponent sometimes. When he feels like he needs to. He can also kind of rush his opponents, which I think he's gonna have to do in this fight. Though he rushes behind that jab, and that's actually kind of successful. When he works behind the jab, like his opponents, they don't know what the fuck's going on, and then boom, right hand power.
I think there's two things in this fight that's going to be key for Beterbiev if he's going to win. One, the jab. Body. I think those are going to be the two keys. I think if Beterbiev goes in headhunting, it's going to be a real difficult night for him. I think if Beterbiev can push him back, get Gvozdyk against the ropes, work the body, I think he can take him out late. But I think those are very key. I hope Beterbiev doesn't get too careless with his offense. I hope he works behind the jab and his patience. I think he's going to have to be against Gvozdyk.
Well, it's interesting though, because one thing we were talking about is Beterbiev's skills. And the question is, can his skills make what's his name, Usyk, no, not Usyk, Gvozdyk work, and can he do enough to get that win or get a decision? Uh, Hold on a second. So my question is, I mean, not my question. My point is this: Beterbiev, he's a puncher. He can come forward, and his co-trainer John Scully, the Iceman, he said in a bit of an interview, he said that he expects Beterbiev to come forward and to make it a war. Now, when I hear that from trainers and all that, it usually means the opposite of what they're gonna do. So, do you expect Beterbiev to sort of take his time in the beginning, box a little bit, and then start putting more pressure as the fight goes on?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I think will happen. I think go on, Gonzalo, over there. I've spoke quite a bit.
Oh no, I'm just gonna say it's kind of tricky because he's facing a good boxer, so he's not gonna have like the lulls against a fighter that's not that good to where he can go from less to more. He's gonna have to do something because he's shorter and has lesser of a range, to where the other guy, he's a good boxer that likes to pick fighters off from the edge of his wheelhouse. I seen Gvozdyk. He can keep you at the tip of his punches, and he can go forward, and he can also go backward. He can step backward and punch forward and keep you at the edge of his punches. One thing that I've seen that Gvozdyk does, though, he uses a lot of hooks when he does that. Why not use straight punches? The straight punches are going to get there quicker and are more effective because, they're that just much better. And if he's gonna do that, I hopefully he starts using more straighter punches as he goes backward and as he changes from going backwards to coming forward because he's kind of like a counter puncher.
Yeah.
And I think that if Beterbiev is like you said, if he's gonna do something, they're gonna respect each other's power, and that's why it might be boring at times, but they increasingly will step it up. But I think Beterbiev is at the disadvantage because of the range.
And I would even say
That's all I wanna say,
speed.
Billy.
I would even also say speed.
Yeah, Beterbiev's not got the fastest hands in the world.
What'd you say?
That might...
He's just a bully. Beterbiev's what you define in boxing as a bully. He push you back. Excuse me. It will take you out of there. Once you give Beterbiev leverage and leeway to do what he wants to do, you're in serious trouble. But how is he going to cope when he's losing rounds and he doesn't know and he's going to have to adapt? We've not seen that before, and Gvozdyk's going to make him do that. So it's going to be interesting to see. We're going to see how good Beterbiev really is in this fight.
Would you guys expect Gvozdyk, like let's say the scenario that Cameron just described starts playing out. Let's say Beterbiev starts falling farther and farther behind, and he starts rushing, not behind the jab, just rushing. Do you think Gvozdyk is the type of fighter that's going to start clinching a lot to buy time?
Yeah, I reckon so. Against someone like Beterbiev, I think he would. Because Beterbiev, I mean, when we got someone like Beterbiev, if he gets a bit desperate and he's behind the cards and he's going for the KO, that's a dangerous fighter. So I think you see that.
Now, one thing about Beterbiev, because you guys mentioned the hand speed, I think he's actually got pretty quick hands for a guy of his musculature. I've seen him in fights. He can throw a good 1-2, good straight right, sometimes a pot shot. And when he hits the pads too, you can see that he really has that explosive rhythm to his shots. I'm not saying he's blazingly fast. He doesn't have that blazing hand speed like a guy like Amir Khan, for example. But his hands are quick. He's not slow by any means.
No, but if somebody has a speed advantage, I guess it's gonna be Gvozdyk.
I suppose. Now that's the other thing. That's the other thing, because we're talking about the power. And I gotta wonder. Some people are saying, "Oh, come on, Gvozdyk beat Stevenson. He took his some good shots, but he also got hurt in that fight." Now I know Stevenson. You get hit by him, you're going down, or at least getting hurt a little bit. But Stevenson was a different type of fighter. He was a counterpuncher, and he was Gvozdyk could find spots to rest and all that. But Beterbiev is not gonna do that. So the question is, we were talking about how is Beterbiev going to react if he starts falling behind. Well, how is Gvozdyk going to react if he has a guy in front of him, a strong puncher who just keeps coming and coming and coming? Can he go to war?
I think he can go backwards, and you know how Muhammad Ali. I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, why are you mentioning Muhammad Ali right now?" But you know how Muhammad Ali used to step back, get on the back foot, and throw punches going forward. He could fight off the back foot. I see Gvozdyk doing that, but like I said, PD, how come he uses hooks? Why not throw straight punches? Because I saw his highlights and I saw one of his fights. He chooses to go backward throwing hooks, leaving himself exposed down the middle.
Who, Gvozdyk?
Gvozdyk, yes.
Well, that depends which
He
fight
can fight
which
off the
highlights
back
you saw.
foot. He can counter you as he's going backwards. He throws first punches as well, but he uses a lot of hooks going backwards.
Huh.
That's what he can fight off the back foot. But what do you think?
Yeah, I actually see him. I've seen him throw more straight shots than hooks. What the thing is this with Gvozdyk? Let's go through the list of who has the better arsenal, who has the better hand speed, who has the more power, this and that. With Gvozdyk, I see a lot of 1-2s. I see him doing the classic amateur fencing style. He plays a lot with the lead hand. You know, jab, jab, just little jabs here, tap, tap here. Some flickering, hooking off the jab, and then all of a sudden, boom, he catches. It's all to distract you from the right hand. He doesn't really throw left hooks pretty hard. I mean, I'm pretty sure he can whack with the left hook, but he hasn't shown that he's willing to throw the left hook a lot. So I think it's mostly the right hand. What do you guys think? Am I wrong on that? Or?
No, I'd say you're right.
Meanwhile, Beterbiev can crack with the left hook or with the right hand. More with the right.
Gvozdyk, that left hook, man.
Was that?
I don't know. It's the Gvozdyk left hook. It's after he throws it, he brings it back down.
Gvozdyk.
Right hook's a weapon. Yeah, right hook's a weapon.
Now, you guys think Beterbiev hits harder than Adonis Stevenson?
Yeah, I do. I think so.
Well, I don't know. That Adonis Stevenson left was pretty.
I mean, in terms of one punch, I don't know, man.
Stevenson, one punch.
Yeah, as much as we all discredit shout on Stevenson for his lack of competition, that guy punched hard. I don't know, man. Maybe Stevenson, in terms of one punch power, probably hits harder, but Beterbiev, man,
yeah, go on. Maybe Beterbiev has more. Let's just say both have fucking devastating power. You know.
I've not been hit by either of them, so I can't really say. Yeah.
I mean,
if they get into an exchange, is what I'm trying to get at. Like, who has the advantage here? Now we've seen Beterbiev get dropped during an exchange, right? Against who was it? Callum Johnson.
He's been knocked down by Jeff Page as well. But then again, Gvozdyk's been knocked down by Carpensy.
That's a good point by Cameron, though, Bucho. He hasn't been hit by either of those guys.
That's a good point. Yeah, and Beterbiev, he came back up after that. But what I was gonna say is, like, he was exchanging hooks. You'd think that Beterbiev is a better guy in the inside, right? Well, he can still make major mistakes. I'm trying to,
How good is Callum Johnson? Because I only saw one fight prior to the Beterbiev fight, and is he renowned is he known as a puncher?
At a certain level, like he beat Sean Monahan his last fight, like that's probably like in terms of. I mean, he's British champion, solid fight. I mean, he's a solid fighter. Going to that Beterbiev fight, he didn't actually have a solid win over a top 10 sort of guy. So the level he's fought at, he can punch. So yeah.
Well, like I said, the last guy that Beterbiev fought, the Gvozdyk, the Serbian Cholo, he was pretty good, man. I mean, here's what happened with that fight. He got sucked into Beterbiev's fight. Now, I know that's a credit to Beterbiev too, because I mean, he made him fight that way. But Beterbiev also did get hit. Like Bucho mentioned, he traded hooks with Callum Johnson, and the supposedly harder puncher got dropped. So Beterbiev, I think that's one of the main problems here, is that he doesn't really move his head a lot when he punches. He keeps it on the same. Don't get me wrong, he can move his head when he decides to, but it seems as if he's not consistent with the head movement, especially when he's in range. There were also instances in the Callum Johnson fight in the first round. He got caught with two in succession. He got hit with two left hooks in a row. I think he just gets overconfident a little bit, or he loses focus on when he's in the punching range of his opponent.
Yes, yeah, Beterbiev. Oh, sorry, I'll mute myself. When Beterbiev's got you where he wants you and he unloads, he does he can, and I've seen it numerous times, he does lack focus and he gets caught defense sometimes when he's on the offense. But the problem is he's known, and he's had it his own way as a professional, where he's been able to push everybody back and take them out. So he's used to that, and he's not been pushed back himself. You saw when he got knocked down by Callum Johnson, he took him out. They wiped him out. Like after that, it was completely different. He took him out. Beterbiev is so used to getting his own way. I think sometimes if he gets his defense responsibilities.
I
Yeah.
agree. It's kind of like you're saying, like, a lot of people think Golovkin can't pull the trigger, but sometimes he's more intent when he's got the eye on the ball of, this is what I'm trying to do. That if the other guy hits him once or twice, like BDA was saying consecutively, is that he's trying to like place his punch and punch through the guy. That sometimes he disregards what's coming at him because he wants to do what he's gonna do. Maybe that's why Beterbiev gets hit because I'm gonna punch through this guy, but at the same time I want to get mine off. But this guy so happened to hit me with 2 shots in the process.
Yeah. The thing about Beterbiev though is that I think he's willing to take those punches, like you said. I think because he's got such a strong neck. By the way, the Kalajdzic, Callum Smith, and for somebody else, they hit him flush a couple of times, and his head just snaps right back forward. It's like he's got a thick neck, and it's almost as if the punches they can move his head, but they can't snap his head back. He's got a pretty. I think he's got a pretty good, strong, stout neck that can absorb those type of shots. But he has been in hurt, and I wouldn't. It's like they say, you got a good chin. Yeah. Do you want to find out? No. In other words, don't get hit. Don't get hit with anything too hard. I mean, it's part of the business. You're gonna get punched, but it doesn't make you a man to stand in there and trade. But then again, maybe he's gonna have to. The the other thing, what was I gonna say something about Gvozdyk's power, the Beterbiev's chin? But anyway, something that Gonzalo had mentioned. Anyway, Gonzalo, yeah, I think you want to say something.
No, it's okay.
Okay, well, you know what? Let me transition to another point then. The strength, because Beterbiev is listed as 6 feet tall, and he seems a lot. I don't know. I don't know if he's shorter than that. Gvozdyk, they have him listed as 6 feet 2. Another guy that was 6 feet 2 was the Serbian Cholo, and he just got manhandled by Beterbiev. I mean, I'm talking mauled in there. So the question is, does Gvozdyk have the strength and the mental strength as well, but also the physical strength and the wherewithal to keep this guy off of him? Because again, 6 feet 2, there's a lot of work to be done on that body of his. So do you think Beterbiev is going to go to the body? I've never really seen him go to the body all that much.
It just off topic. I'm not too sure if you guys have mentioned it, but it is confirmed that Patrick Day has passed away now tonight.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the beginning.
Yeah, sad, man.
What
Very
are you gonna
sad.
do? What are you gonna do? It's this shit happens. It's
Yeah.
boxing.
Boxing's a
But
tough fucking sport, man. Give credit to all fighters are getting that ring.
yeah.
Keep coming.
Anyway, yeah, but that's boxers. They keep coming. They keep getting up, and they die doing what they love. My question was, Usyk, is he? Yeah, I mean, Gvozdyk, can he handle it to the body?
To be honest, I haven't really
I've seen it.
looked that much
No,
into how
no.
they body punch.
Yeah, he hasn't been tagged. I haven't seen him get hit to the body. Propensity took him down for a headshot. That's what I think is key for Beterbiev to go to the body and fight. Test his body. See how he can have that pressure of like a big puncher to the body. That's what I think is key.
Well, one thing I have to say about body punches, you have to be really committed to going to the body continuously. Yeah, you can get a perfect body shot and you can knock somebody out, with knock somebody down and out. But I mean, to get that perfect body shot, you have to be good at doing that. And if you can't do it with one shot, you have to be consistent where you're going to invest. And I haven't seen that from these guys. That they're consummate body punchers, in other words.
Yeah.
Not to say they don't have the power to do that, but then if they do have the power, how precise are they with an expert doing that?
That's a good point. I mean, yeah, it's easy to say, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go to the body," but you got to set yourself, especially against a guy that moves a lot, like Gvozdyk. So I don't know. I don't know if Beterbiev is that type of point. Again, he still has that very European style, and that's not an insult, but in this case, it is a bit of a flaw in his game that he doesn't really bend his legs all that much. Or am I wrong on saying that?
No, it's true. And one thing I have to say, if I'm going to speak about Gvozdyk, he trained with a lot of Mexicans in Los Angeles, so that might bode well with him if he's learned a little bit of how to like go to the body. I'm not saying that anybody from any other place in the world can do that, But you guys know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, he used to train with Robert Garcia, right?
I believe so.
Before
I believe so.
switching to Teddy Atlas.
Maybe
Teddy.
Manny Robles, or I can't recall, but one of the Mexican guys.
Yeah. He was one. But he listen. Well, he was. I do seem to remember that he was with Robert Garcia. He's now with Crazy Teddy Atlas, the one and only. And let me tell you, he's a bit of a nut job, this Teddy Atlas. But Gvozdyk seems to respect him. He seems to listen to his instructions. One of the rare fighters that can actually stand Crazy Teddy. So, what do you guys think? Is this a plus for him? If the fight does get rough, is having Teddy Atlas there motivating you and sitting in your stool instead of you sitting in yours to like sort of send you a message? Do you think that's going to be a good thing for Gvozdyk?
Yes, because he's a solid boxer puncher with good
Uh-huh.
abilities, and he needs a motivator. And maybe just to give him a little bit of correction as far as like from somebody on the outside looking in, if he needs to um like what do you call it, like change a little bit of what he's doing inside the ring. He needs the instruction, but I think he needs the motivator as well, and Teddy Atlas is good at doing that.
The fire, right?
That's right.
I think you're right, man. I think because especially in this fight, he's gonna have to open up more. And now that's the other thing. I mentioned Beterbiev's pity pat game against Calling, or Enrico, as I like to call him. And the same thing could be said of Gvozdyk a little bit. It's not like he's loading up on his shots either. There's a lot of throwaway shots in there before he sets you up for the big one. And in this one, you expect him. If it turns into a fencing match, okay, his style is gonna work. But if it turns into a fight where he's gonna have to throw some leather, he's gonna have to sit down on his shots and swivel a little bit, get himself some power. Otherwise, it could be trouble for him. And that's where Teddy Atlas would come in, like Gonzalo said, light a little bit of a fire under him and say, "Listen, this is what you got to do." Against Adonis Stevenson, he seemed to follow the instructions pretty well, moving towards his left, keeping it on the outside, feinting. But again, that was Adonis Stevenson, 40. What was it? 41 years old.
Yeah,
40. Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, 41 weeks, and again, not very active. And I think it was in the 11th round. He actually stunned Gvozdyk, but he didn't go for the kill, and that's because his old ass couldn't really keep it up. Now, that's another thing we got to talk about finishing fighters. Finishing the other guy, we all talk about the art of body punching, the art of footwork, but finishing somebody is an art in and of itself. It's not an easy thing to do. I mean, it's one thing to hurt the other guy, it's one thing to hit hard, but finishing a guy when you got to let those hands go, and it's a risk because you might end up blowing your load and might have the other guy coming back on you. So, what do you guys think? Do you think Beterbiev is a good finisher? Do you think Gvozdyk, if he hurts Beterbiev, can go for the kill the way he's done against other fighters?
I think anyone who finishes, who has 14 wins, 14 knockouts, definitely deserves recognition as being a good finisher.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But then it also brings up the question that you live by the sword, you die by the sword, and like we said, Beterbiev, he's been hit in there a little bit, and like I said, that's the thing I don't like when he's on the inside. He doesn't. First of all, he drops his hands on this. He doesn't really turn his shots over. Now I know he doesn't really need to because he's already a hard puncher, but because of the fact that he doesn't do that, his head is on the same axis. I think that's going to be a bit of a problem for him here against, or it might be against somebody else because Gvozdyk is not really an inside fighter. You know what? Like before we continue with this, let's get predictions already. So
Yeah.
Gonzalo already said I think his prediction, but let's just make it official. Maybe
No.
we change his mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
what do you mean no? Yeah, what do you mean no?
He's like, no. All right, go ahead, Gonzalo.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go the route of the distance, and this is kind of unprecedented since both of these guys are undefeated and are knockout artists. Well, one of them is 100%. The other guy's 16 wins, 11 knockouts. But I'm gonna go with that guy, Gvozdyk, by decision, where he's gonna drop the guy 2 or 3 times. I'm just gonna say 2 times. I'm gonna
That's
say
impressive.
2 times, and he's gonna win a decision. Well, we're just gonna say he's gonna knock him down 3 times,
Oh,
and
3 times now?
Beterbiev is gonna
Wait,
knock.
hold on. So wait, who's going down? Beterbiev?
Beterbiev is going down 3 times, and
Okay.
Gvozdyk is going down 1 time.
What the fuck?
Okay. Do I write this or what?
Yeah, just add.
Not really. Just I'm just saying that
Yeah,
Yeah.
write the
All
knockdown
right.
thing. Write the knockdown things
doesn't
because that's
matter.
an important point. I
Multiple
don't think
knockdowns.
more
Multiple
people.
knockdowns, yeah.
All right.
And it's going the distance, and Gvozdyk is going to win because he's ahead. Because the knockdowns count for 2 points, right? So
Yeah.
he's gonna outbox, but then again, when Beterbiev tries to close the show, he's gonna get knocked down again. But he's gonna
Whoa.
knock down Gvozdyk in the process. But ultimately, Gvozdyk wins by decision.
All right.
Sorry for making the soup salad, but yeah.
That's okay.
Soup salad. What the heck is a soup salad? Anyway, all right, let's go. Okay, so that's Gonzalo's prediction. He's going for it. He says Beterbiev is going to get dropped multiple times. So let's go with Cameron, aka the president of the Beterbiev fan club. Cameron, what's your prediction on this one?
Are you gonna betray Beterbiev?
Yeah, being the president of Beterbiev fan club, I think it's only fair to say that I'd pick Beterbiev.
Well, come on, you
I
gotta.
think
You gotta.
I think he'll win 10th round stoppage, 10 round TKO.
Whoa.
Okay.
Do you think he drops and hurts Gvozdyk on the way on to doing that, or?
Yeah, I think we'll see both fighters get knocked down at least once, and I think Beterbiev will recover and stop him later.
All right, so we got those predictions. Bucho, you want to give yours?
All right. This is gonna sound crazy, but I think Gvozdyk is gonna stop Beterbiev. I think at some point he's gonna box him in a boring fashion. Then Beterbiev's gonna have to step it up, and that's when he's gonna get caught. But this time he's gonna get maybe dropped multiple times, but at some point the fight is stopped. So that's my prediction. Gvozdyk, let's say 9th round stoppage.
Let's say. I like how you didn't even commit to it. You just pick a random round. Like,
I was gonna
let's
say 8th, but then again, we always say 8th. So I was like, go ahead, go 9th.
Right. But you know what, Bucho and guys, we're making the predictions about who's gonna win and blah blah blah. But we haven't made the most important prediction, which is at which round is Teddy Atlas gonna lose it? I say between the fifth and the
4.
sixth.
Yeah.
Yeah, between the fifth and the sixth round. What does everybody else say?
Because he's gonna get a box and he's gonna be like, step it up. You wanna
Whoa,
be a
whoa, whoa,
champ.
whoa,
You
whoa,
wanna
whoa,
be.
whoa, 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 Bucho. But Teddy Atlas trains Gvozdyk.
Yeah, Gvozdyk. Sorry. Yeah, but
So you're
you're right. No, you're right. No. Yeah, he's gonna lose his shit even though Gvozdyk is winning. It's gonna be like, you're gonna get knocked out.
I think he's gonna freak out over a little detail.
Yeah.
It's like,
Even though he's doing a great job, he's still gonna freak out.
Yeah, you're not sitting down properly when you're on your stool. You're not sitting down. Bam, bam,
This
bam.
is how you sit down, and then he sits on the stool. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that one. All right, hold on a second. We're setting up for the phone calls here, so we want to get your. Jesus Christ. Okay, Bucho, take over for a couple of minutes.
All right.
Tell people about the phone calls.
Well, the phone lines are gonna be open in like 2 minutes. Mr. BDA is on it. We're gonna send more links later, but we're gonna be taking some phone calls, so we can't really invite a lot of people. Buck says Butchie's hardcore, I guess. Steven Schneider says, "Did you miss Vinny?" No, we didn't miss Vinny. We never miss Vinny. The Fight Scout says, "Why do they call him Bat Jabber?" That's a good question. Rip Vozdik's eardrums says, "Overhand." Yeah. Teatle's gonna just go ape shit like he always does.
By the
What
way,
else do we
Alan
have here?
Domirecki keeps calling Vinny. He keeps calling him H.I. Vinny. Now I think that's
Oh god,
I think that's a little bit too much. I don't go for that type of humor, but
pretty clever.
indeed. All right, so listen, fellas. Let me just hold on a second. We're gonna connect here, and we're gonna be taking your phone calls. Call in, give us your prediction for this fight. People are excited about it. Very excited. I can't. Guys, is this the? Are you looking for? What's the fight that you're looking forward to more than this one? I mean, is there a fight of that caliber? Is it
Yeah,
such a
Taylor
thing?
Progray's up there. Taylor Progray, I think's up there.
Oops. Hold on a second.
Not exciting, but Taylor Progray's up there.
Gonzalo, what about you, man?
Yeah.
Is that
All
soup?
these fights coming up are exciting. I think because of the magnitude between the rematch between Joshua and Andy Ruiz, I'm looking
Oh, come
forward to
on.
that one.
Your show will go
Yeah, like
live
you
in
said, in
5
magnitude,
seconds.
that
4,
one gets a lot more
3,
hype. But
2,
now
1.
this is a quality fight, man. And we've all been waiting for Beterbiev. By the way, we are on. I'm gonna put the number up in the description, but the what's his name? The phone lines are open. Like I was saying, everybody was always we were always talking about here since we started this podcast. Oh, hey, Beterbiev. We just wish he somebody steps up and fights him. We just wish somebody could get him a chance and this and that. Well, guys, it's finally here, and I'm very excited. Let's Butcher. You want to read a couple of comments from the chat room,
S-
Police?
People are talking about Stu, that Stu is alive. Yes, we had a sign that he is alive. Stu is on a farm digging holes, says Box. Johnny Boy says Stu got mad because Lennox wouldn't return his phone calls. Triple JJJ, only ya white folks are excited for this fight. Black Master says Taylor Progre. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about that fight. That's an exciting fight.
Taylor
Actually,
Progre.
we
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mr. BDA posted some film fight analysis videos on the BDA live channel, so go check it out.
Are we dropping the Progre one today or?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, so we got one on Taylor and we got one on Progre. The one on Taylor is about how he's a quick counterpuncher with power, and how Progre is he's got pretty quick reflexes and an underrated jab, if you ask me. So yeah, so fellas, call in, tell us your opinion on the Beterbiev fight. Like I said, Beterbiev, I think he's got underrated skills, man. I think if he fights Gvozdyk on the outside, I think he holds his own, but he starts falling behind a little bit, a little bit. But I don't think he's gonna get schooled on the outside. At least I don't think. Could be wrong. Also, I think this is a good time to bring up the light
Yeah,
heavy. Was that? Yes.
I just saw a tweet. Lance Pugmire. I'm not too sure if you mentioned this. In a statement from Dallas police, so Errol Spence was charged with DWI, misdemeanor. Mr. Spence has been released from hospital, and we need to address those charges. As for getting the speed of the vehicle, we will not be getting one. So Spence has some legal issues now he's facing after that.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, we kind of suspected that was gonna happen.
But wait a minute, he's already out now. When they say out of the hospital, was he wheeled out? Is he walking?
Probably.
What's going on?
He put a thing on his. He put something on his Instagram saying he's got no broken bones. He called himself a savage.
I don't think. Okay, yeah. Well, I don't.
Okay,
I
that's
think
weird.
his fans sometimes act like savages. But how the heck did he manage to get out of that car with? That's impressive.
Not a broken bone.
That
Well,
is
the
insane.
LDBC said he landed standing up.
Oh, that makes sense.
But well, let me tell you, now he's going to be standing in front of a judge because of this. Oh, now the police are after him.
Oh well.
Some serious
can
fucking.
run.
There's some serious fucked up comments about Patrick Day in the chat tonight, man.
Listen, I don't want to talk about Patrick Day. He passed away. What are you going to do? I mean, we're going to talk all show about it. He passed away. It's a sad thing. But then again, this is the risk these guys
Yeah,
take.
man, but there's some fucking heartless people out there. Fair enough, you have to talk about it. Come on.
Sorry about that. What?
I think it was just like a typo.
We have a
Auto
phone
spelling.
call.
Oh, we got a phone call. All right, let's. 818. You're on the air. 818.
Hello, Mr. BDA.
That's right. What do you want to talk about? Hold on a second. Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
All right. Yeah, how's it going? It's muscle memory.
Oh,
I guess the fight, the Gvozdyk fight, Beterbiev. Personally,
sure.
I think on paper, it looks like the best fight of the year. Maybe Pacquiao Thurman might eclipse it just because of the larger fan base, but on paper, it just looks like it promises to deliver.
What do you guys think? We made a prediction about the who wins, blah blah blah. But what do you think about muscle memory? Do you think this is gonna be an entertaining slugout?
I think we're all hoping
We hope it is.
that.
I don't think it will, though.
Yeah,
I don't think it
Bucho
will.
doesn't have high hopes for it. But what
No.
about you, Cameron and Gonzalo? Do you agree with muscle memory? Is this gonna be fight of the year or fight of the year contender?
It's got potential to be. Yeah, I think it's definitely got potential. Guess that's wait and see, hey.
Yes, it's got the potential because they
It
both
might.
punch
It's.
hard and they're both. I wouldn't call them chinny, but just think of Julian Jackson when he fought Terry Norris. It's just exciting.
Yeah. All right. So people, but
I hope it's.
muscle. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm just taking turns. I hope it's anything as good as Gassiev Lebedev was. If it's anything as good as that, then yeah, fight of the year.
It wasn't that entertaining, that one. I thought
No,
Gassiev was.
I didn't think Gassim Lebedev was an amazing fight. I don't even think it was him running for fight of the year that year. Actually,
I mean, it was a
Are you
good
kidding
fight,
me?
but it
There
was.
was absolutely no clinching in that fight. A beautiful knockdown. They both let their hands go, and I don't know what else you could expect
bro?
from
I agree with what you're saying.
two
It was
cruiserweights.
a good fight. I don't think it was as good as a handful of other fights that year. But listen, man, I agree it was a good fight. If it was a fight, I'll go back and watch it again.
I thought
Yeah, I'd
Gassiev versus
suggest you do.
Dorticos. I thought Gassiev versus Dorticos was more entertaining. Go ahead, Muscle.
Yeah, of course. I'm just saying if it's anything as good as that, because
Right.
we're predicting if it's going to be entertaining or not. Because I personally don't know. It might be a stinker. But
But
guess not though, just because of the knockout ratio.
but do you think it's yeah? But I think that you're going because of the knockout ratio. But Gvozdyk isn't really that type of guy that's gonna dig down unless. But are you expecting Beterbiev to make him fight that way?
Do I expect him? I honestly don't know. I think I'm gonna go with a bold prediction here, and I know most people don't see it going all the way through, but I'm gonna agree with Gonzalo. I think there are gonna be multiple knockdowns, but I predict it goes to distance and Gvozdyk edges it on points. I wanted to ask you guys, like, can nobody mention this? Like, who do you guys prefer wins? What's better for the division going forward? I know everybody wants to see Kovalev win and Beterbiev win because there's some bad blood there. Maybe a future matchup with them, or like is a Gvozdyk Bivol unification fight better? Like, what do you guys think?
Good question.
Like, what's the better outcome?
I think Beterbiev is better for boxing just because of his style. I mean, well, his knockout record and everything. Yeah, I think Beterbiev is better for boxing. Also, like you said, that Kovalev fight, that would be a very interesting fight.
Jesus Christ! Bit of breaking news for you here to come off. So it's confirmed. Jamona Davis is going to fight Yuriorkis Gamboa on December 28th. Badu Jack will fight Jean Pascal as a chief support, but the fight between Tank Davis and Gamboa will be for the WBA vacant regular.
Yeah.
How fun is they've made that for a title? I don't know.
Wait a minute. First of all, this ain't CNN with all this breaking news, all right, Cameron? You
It
gotta
is.
dial it down a little bit.
It's just listen, I'm on Twitter, man. It's just come off. I think Pascal Jack's a good fight though.
Yeah, man, that's a
That is a good
interesting one.
fight.
I don't even know who I'd pick in that one because I mean I know Jean Pascal has made a comeback, but I don't know. And Tank Davis Gamboa. I mean, come on. What's that all about?
I don't know how Gamboa's got a WBA lightweight title shot.
And Gamboa's from
From
yeah. Go
Cuba.
ahead.
Yeah. Are you there, man?
Yeah, what he cut
Yeah.
off. All right.
All right, moving on.
All right. So, what do I want to say? Muscle memory. So that was a good question about who would you like to win? Who are you rooting for, if anybody?
Well, just like I think it's a 50-50 fight. Emotionally, I'm also 50-50 with both these guys. I honestly Like I like them both, you know, and I'm glad at least like the winner will be one of the two and will be unified. They're both in their early, well, Beterbiev is almost mid 30s.
Uh-huh.
But Beterbiev, I would want to win a little more just because he's a little more up there in age, and I don't know if he'll get another shot so quick, especially since he fights rarely too. I know he's with a new promotion, but still. So maybe Beterbiev just because of the age factor.
All right. That's a very good phone call there, Moss. As always, really riveting thoughts and good
Thank you.
questions as well. So hope you enjoy the fight, man. I don't know if Bucho's gonna do a show. No, yeah, Bucho,
Yeah.
you probably fine. Okay, so if you want to change your prediction there, Moss, you can always call in and we'll give you that benefit. All right, man.
Yeah, sure. And let me just quickly plug my channel for a second.
Oh yes.
It's Martial Ministry now. We changed the name. It's easy to find. YouTube.com/Martial Ministry. And I just uploaded yesterday the Gvozdyk and Karpensi fight in full HD, the HBO telecast. And that's the one where, in case you guys haven't seen, where Gvozdyk gets dropped in the first round.
Yeah. Wait a minute. When did you change the name of the channel?
Like 2 weeks ago, man.
Yeah, something like 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
Once
okay.
I was allowed to. I think once I passed like 1 million minutes viewed or something. I don't remember exactly how it works, but
Okay. Because I
something
thought
like
you
that.
changed it again recently. I was like,
No,
come on,
it's okay, man. It's okay.
No, that's okay. All right. Thanks, Muscle.
Cool.
We're gonna move on to another call. All right, man. Take it easy. Thanks for calling in.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
All right.
All right, take care.
Take it easy. All right. We got 702. You're on the air. 702.
Yeah, man. It's Head Honcho. What's up?
Oh, Ed. How you doing, man? I heard your call the other day. I wasn't on, but thank you for calling in, man.
Hey, well, I wouldn't know, man. I can't tell the difference between none of y'all voices.
Oh.
First of all, this a mush mouth memory, whoever he was before me. Tell him, bro, move along. Don't nobody care about your channel. I mean, this boxing, we talking boxing here.
Well, what do you know what people care and don't care about?
Because I don't care about it. What the hell cares about Marshall Mushmouth?
You're right. If you don't care about it, then nobody else cares about it. You're right about that.
That's how it be. All right,
That's how you be.
This, man.
That's how you be.
Beterbiev, yeah, he gonna win. Let's talk some real boxing.
All right. How's he gonna win?
All right. Definitely another knockout. It's gonna be 15-15 knockout. He a beast.
Well, I agree.
Other dude. First of all, let me say something. I don't know why y'all have a UK dude on here. You know that England don't know nothing about boxing. When's the last night boxer they had? Lennox Lewis. That was it.
That's right. No, he was. First of all, hold on. I gotta correct. Hold on. Hold on. Honcho. I agree with you about the British don't know anything about boxing, but I have to correct you on one small point. Lennox Lewis was not British; he was Canadian. I do have to disagree with you on that one, and I have to correct you.
You know what I'm saying? You know he flew that flag. You know.
No. Canadian.
The rest of them are super soft. They wear high heels to the ring.
Cameron.
They don't even put Vaseline on between rounds. They put on powder.
Well, hold on. They put Vaseline somewhere else. They put Vaseline somewhere else. If you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
See, now you getting the game. Now you getting the game.
Cameron, you want to respond to Head Honcho, who's being very critical of the British boxing establishment?
Cameron.
To be fair to you, man, I've not been paying attention to the podcast since he's been on the phone line. So wherever he said that, I don't even know what you're about.
Come on, how you gonna?
Listen. I don't even believe his name is Cameron. It's either Connor, Liam, or what's the other name they always
I'll tell you what I'll do, bro. I'll go on camera and show you my birth certificate. How about that, yeah?
Hey, caller, Usyk's gonna beat Wilder.
Oh, come on! What you gotta try that? What you gotta go there?
Try to rile him up here.
Isn't he riled up?
Man.
Isn't he riled up enough already?
AJ.
Hey, by the way, we got
He's a fruit.
I gotta ask you something here, caller. Um,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
so
head honcho. My name ain't Caller.
well, I'll call you caller, and then when you start showing more respect to the bridge boxing establishment,
This
which I,
this guy sounds this guy sounds like
Fuck
fucking
the bridge.
this guy
I,
sounds like fucking Henry
I,
Cejudo,
I
the MMA
smacked the,
fighter, and that guy's about
I
five
smacked
foot
the shit
four.
out of
oh,
Queen
come
This
on.
guy's
Elizabeth.
fucking.
All right,
Yeah,
listen,
go ahead. My bad.
head honcho. I want to ask you a question because we don't have a lot of time here. But so you predict Beterbiev's gonna knock what's his name, Gvozdyk out. Who would you like to see
Oh
if
yeah,
if Beterbiev beats Gvozdyk? Who do you want to see him fight next?
he gonna beat what's his name next? Kovalov. He gonna unify.
So you would like to see him fight Kovalev after this? All right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, definitely. He gonna take all the titles. The dude is a Wolverine. He's a beast.
What's this guy?
These other
What's
niggas
this
is
guy called?
faking.
His name is
Is
Head
this,
Head
Honcho.
Tell
His
him to
name
get
is
him
Head
in the mic.
is this
Nacho.
I
guy
can't hear him. What's he screaming
is
in
this
the
guy over
background?
16?
his name is Head Honcho.
Oh, I think you said nachos.
Oh come on! I mean,
Listen, I think.
Yeah, I'm
Listen,
Mexican.
man.
They call me Nacho. Nacho cheese, nigga.
all right, Head Honcho. I like.
Listen.
Hey, Waldo is a bum.
That English dude should be asleep by now. He probably got to go clean the streets tomorrow morning.
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
Who's he talking about? Is he talking about
I
soup?
don't know.
That means the nigga's a street sweeper. That's all they do in England. They sweep the street.
No,
I've
they
been
sweep.
to England, nigga.
First of all, that's not 100%. They sweep, but they sweep chimneys. Haven't you ever read
He's
a
either a butler. Yo, he's either a butler or a street sweeper. You
or a
see man
chimneys?
poppers, nigga.
All right. Listen, Head Honcho. I like your moxie, but we do have to move on. Anything else you want to say before we move on?
What's moxie, nigga? Don't use big words, nigga. What's moxie mean?
Oh, what's this guy on about?
All right. I'm not gonna use moxie. I'm
Nigga
gonna
got
use
the dictionary open.
no, not moxie. Then you got
Yeah. Where?
what's a gayer word? What's a gayer
Yo,
word?
listen. Big up to Ruiz. He gonna beat that British Pop Tart in Saudi. Big up to Kovalev. Big up to Kovalev. He gonna knock out Canelo. And big up to Beterbiev. That's my
All
nigga.
right. All right. Thanks for calling in, Head Honcho, and keep up the
All
moxie.
right, man.
All right.
Don't let that English dude speak unless it's about serving food or something. You understand? What I'm
This
saying?
guy just say did this guy just say shout out to beat? Did this guy just say shout out to beat a bitch up?
Yo,
That's what he
keep
said.
quiet before I smack the shit out of Queen Elizabeth, nigga.
All right. All right. So that was Head Honcho, Moxie Man, as I like to call him. All right. So, fellas, if you want to call in, the number's right up there on your screen. Give us your predictions. Or if you want to, we'll play a game. Just come in and guess what Cameron does for a living. Head Honcho said street sweeper. I think he works at an orphanage giving soup to little kids. That's my I don't know. What
That
huh?
last caller was about 15 years old, I think. Or it sounded like
I think Cameron's job is he's a stripper. That's what I think.
Oh, by the way, we got Recognize on the line. Recognize.
yeah, and Recognize come straight on and gone in on me. Listen, Recognize, you're this fake. Recognize, you're this fake trivia champion. Beat Johnny, who's 0-2.
Oh, I'm the fake
his
trivia
life.
champion. I'm the real champion. You're just a contender. All right, stay in your lane.
So I'm an undefeated contender, mandatory challenger. I'm ready for that shot.
I'm an undefeated champion. There's a difference.
Since I beat Johnny, he's doing a Jermaine Taylor. You can see in the chat tonight. He's doing a Jermaine Taylor. I'm ready.
I softened Johnny Boy up for you. That's what happened.
Hey, you know what? I forgot to give you credit, Cameron, because I wasn't on. I think I haven't spoken to you lately. But anyway, I got to give you credit for stepping in late and really taking a risk, essentially.
Yeah, and Johnny's literally every time I speak to him, he's crying for that rematch. I do the embarrassment of losing to a short week notice opponent. He was training for a fight. People say he wasn't prepared for me. He was training. He had a training camp. I came in fat as fuck. I won that shit. So yeah, I'm coming for Recognize, man. Coming for that fake title he's got.
I'm gonna outbox you. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna outbox you.
Stu in the chat is saying, if I was son, I would destroy this guy. I didn't want to say the word.
Yeah. By the way, I sent Stu.
No,
way
he
to
said
con-
he's been in the hospital or something.
Stu's in
Oh,
the hospital too.
Well, yeah, he said he's gonna be back on the weekend.
oh, okay.
All right, Stu, get better. I don't know what happened over there, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you need
bless
my
you.
help,
Yeah.
give me a call.
He probably went to London and got stabbed.
Wait a minute.
This
You're not
is
gonna
probably a
talk about. You're not gonna talk about my
time.
promoter like that.
No, this
yeah.
is probably an appropriate time to play recognise his intro after that. So
Oh yeah.
Don't get fooled when they tell you that the crime rate is down in New York. Every time I watch the local news, they're always talking about, well, there was a stabbing here, there was a stabbing there, there was a shooting there, but the crime is down.
All right.
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that to happen to Stu. God damn.
I don't think that's what happened. He probably
You-
ate some. Was that?
I got whatever's going on with you, Stu. God bless man. I hope you recover. But is someone gonna give Johnny a link? So I feel like somebody's purposely not giving him a link.
No, excuse. We're taking calls and we can't have way too many people in here. That's the thing.
I'll give Johnny my spot. I'll give Johnny my spot.
All right.
He wants to. Yeah, he wants to come on and defend himself. That's fine. I've got to go anyway. So
All right.
bless people.
All right.
There's
I'll send
Cameron.
you-
I just wanted to give my prediction.
Yes, please. Bucho, get ready to write it down, please. And by the way, I gotta go I gotta go to the little boys' room. So you guys take over while I'm gone.
I know what that means. Yep.
Shut up.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead. Prediction.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Beterbiev. Look, man. It could go either way. This is a really good fight. I'm going with Beterbiev. And I'm gonna say it goes the distance. He's gonna win on points. He's gonna win majority decision. I think he gets a knockdown. I say split decision. Excuse me, split. And he's gonna get a knockdown as well.
Recognize.
The knockdown will be the difference that wins in the fight.
Split decision with knockdown. Okay.
Yep.
You're on the record.
I'm on the record. Put me on the record.
Fuck, I'm trying to find fucking Johnny Boy. Okay, here he is. Damn it. Anyway, so yeah, I picked All right, somebody wrote a comment here. Eric Rose says, thank you for a contribution. He says, Gvozdyk by split decision. Okay, since he contributed to the show, I guess I'll put him on the list there. Eric Rosas, Gvozdyk split. All right.
It's one of them, right? Like, I think most people would pick Gvozdyk by split.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be fight of the year? Some people are claiming that it's going to be. I don't think so.
I think it has. Look, it has the potentials to be in that because we know that Gvozdyk is a fighter too. He's mainly a finesse boxer. I don't want to use the other word. He's a finesse boxer, but he can bang with you too.
Yeah.
All those guys over there, they're like they want the knockout, but he's like one of those guys that he wants the knockout, but he does it. He kind of like breaks you down, feels you up first, and then knocks you. I don't think that's going to work with Beterbiev.
Now here's can Beterbiev do you guys think he has the skills to outbox? Because I already asked the question whether he can hang in there skill wise, but can he outbox and outwork Gvozdyk?
Outwork him with more powerful shots. I would say Gvozdyk is the better boxer, but I think that Beterbiev is strong enough to fight him at mid range, get inside, and do the work that he needs to do on the inside. By smothering Gvozdyk's work because of his strength.
Right. All right. You know what? Now that you've answered that question, we got a phone call. Hold on a second. All right. 407. You're on the air. 407.
Hey guys, it's Boricua over here. I'm gonna make it quick.
Boricua.
I got Gvozdyk by TKO in the 10th. But it's gonna be a back and forth battle, but I think Gvozdyk's speed and range is gonna edge him out. But they're both gonna get knocked down, and it's gonna be a fight of the year contender. That's what I'm expecting for sure.
Okay, so we got that prediction down. But now the more important question is: at which point is Teddy Atlas gonna lose his shit?
Probably once Gvozdyk gets knocked down. Yeah.
Oh,
Or gets clipped, because they're going to be hurting each other for sure. But I just feel like Gvozdyk's range and speed is going to edge him out.
okay. So how confident are you? How confident are you that Gvozdyk is gonna edge this out?
I'm not too confident. I've been looking at both fighters. They're both extremely powerful. They're both great in the skill sets they have. But I just feel like the range and speed, like I said, is just going to give him the upper hand. But I won't be surprised if Beterbiev knocks him out. Like, this is a 50-50 fight.
Whoa.
Gvozdyk decision, you said?
No, he said knockout. He said
knockout.
TKO.
Oh,
He's got
round?
Gvozdyk TKO knockout.
Round 10.
Okay,
Round
thank you.
10.
But,
Yeah, go ahead,
but
Boricua.
yeah, that's all I had to say.
Oh, okay.
Y'all have a wonderful evening. God bless.
You too, Boricua. Thanks for the call, man, and thanks for the prediction.
Boricua Posse.
Olele Boricua. What's the Boricuan accent again? The Puerto Rican accent? The difference between the Puerto Rican accent and the Dominican accent?
Dominicans are fast. Dímelo, loco. ¿Qué es lo que? Ya tú sabes, brother. Ya tú sabes. Tú eres mi hermano. Hermanito. And the Puerto Ricans is like, they're sleeping. Bueno, gracias por todo. Y para toda mi gente. Y que lo pasa bien. Y que todo disfruta, tú sabes. Y vamos a pelear. That's Puerto Rican.
Triple Alan R in the chat room says Loco Tigre and Monstro. Monstro. That's what they always say, right? Oye Tigre, oye Monstro.
Es un tigre, brother.
El Watusi. Triple JJ says it's called Drunken Rican. All right.
And the Dominicans on speed. Dímelo, loco, que yo dejé, ¿qué es lo que?
And by the way, we got, speaking of Puerto Ricans, we got Johnny Boy on the line. Johnny Boy, you there?
I'll take that. I get fucked all my.
Yeah, you'll take it, man. You'll take it. Because you're in the chat room all the time. How many times we got to tell you, man? If we're taking calls, we're not getting everybody in the room or right away.
Yeah,
Johnny Boy
I'm
looks
breaking balls half the time, BDA.
Yeah, right.
Johnny Boy looks Puerto Rican.
Half the
Yeah,
time.
I do
half the
look
time.
Puerto Rican. I do. I've heard that before. Recognize it actually a little bit, but especially when it's summertime. But check this out, bro. First of all, I'll give you my prediction real quick. Gvozdyk knockout late, not no TKO, not no corner stoppage, not no none of that shit. Knock the fuck out, like fucking. I'm not even gonna go there. But anyways,
but
no.
Gvozdyk
by knockout, and listen, by knockout, we'll call it 8. 8. It's gonna 8 or 9. Be a banger. Both guys are gonna get their fucking head broken. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be beautiful. It's right when I get out of work. I'm gonna go to the bar. I'm gonna get a fucking mozzarella stick and a fucking chili, and I'm gonna fucking watch the fight. Now, I don't think it's gonna go the distance. Respect everybody thinks it's go the distance. I don't see it, but I think somebody's going to fucking bed one way or the other. That's just now. The other thing. Well, listen. The thing is this. It's just a bunch of little tidbits that make me lean towards Gvozdyk, bro. He's a little bit younger. He's a little bit more active. He's a little bit lankier. He's a little bit taller. He's got a little bit of reach. You know, he's got a little bit better of a skill set, in my opinion. And it's just all them little tidbits.
His wife is a little prettier too.
Oh.
Yeah, but that all them little things contributed. I just lead towards Gvozdyk, but it's a pick 'em, bro. I ain't gonna fucking,
All right. First of all, before you continue, man,
Why you got to use all this kind of language, huh?
keep it down, man. Come on, it's a family show.
I didn't even think I cursed that much. I'm sorry. I just got slapped in the head by a female, right?
I didn't hear Johnny Boy curse once. What's the matter?
Yeah, I didn't curse once.
Are you down? Or have you ever been a homosexual?
Keep going, man.
Well, listen. But no, I'm sorry. I'm a little out of it. I feel like shit. I got smacked in the head by.
People are saying you're 0.5% Italian.
Who said that?
Doc in the chat.
Oh, Doc. I killed a lot. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways.
Yeah, go ahead.
Imagine Johnny Boy has like zero Italian blood. He's like putting up his axe.
Yeah. All right.
Johnny Boy.
I got a DNA test.
Go ahead, dude. Go ahead. Go right the fucking head.
Yeah. No. But anyway.
Go ahead. Fuck.
Fuck you, BD8. Out here.
That's Gonzalo. Why are you telling me to go fuck myself? That's Gonzalo. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
No. I was just gonna say, no, I'm a little bit out of it today. I'm a little bit hazy. I'm fucking sick. I got smacked in the head by a broad today. Yeah. you know the usual. But
is she dead or
pissed her off? Listen. Now I have no room to talk because I cried like a woman when Gotti died. I cried like a woman when Johnny Tapia died. I was pretty fucking upset when Arguello died. But fuck off. People die every fucking day. Would you know the guy or something, for Christ's sake? Fucking people who are going around here saying Patrick Day. You watch the guy on TV for about half an hour. You don't need, and that's the extent of you even looking in the guy's face. Fucking, oh fuck, grow a pair of balls, you cocksuckers.
Oh, Christ. What's the matter with you, man?
Fucking, and I ain't got no room to talk. I cried the other night while I was watching the end of Rudy, for Christ's sake. All right?
This is true.
But come on, bro.
Johnny Boy was crying.
Every fucking swinging dick that fucking gets sent to the hospital for boxing, you're gonna start.
Yeah, that's a good point, man.
Yeah,
and what's wrong with people like right away? Something needs to be done. How about don't box no more? It's that simple.
It's listen.
Bro, man, I've had buddies get fucking knocked out in street fights and not waking up, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Dude,
come on, man.
I think I told this story, Johnny, on the air. I had two friends that got into a fight. One looked like he got the best of the other. The one that looked like he got the best of the other friend, he's the one that died. He went upstairs and died in his sleep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You did tell. Jeez.
Yeah. Just my boy didn't. I say my boy because they were both my boys. My boy didn't mean to do that to him. It's just when you fight, bro, you're letting your hands go. Anything can happen.
That's true.
Bro. And I had a buddy, Nino, not my cousin, another Nino. He got into it at some party over some fucking squeeze, and he took a good one to the temple, fell on the driveway, back of the head, and he never woke up. These things happen. People, what did Cameron say?
Nino, that's a weird name for a Puerto Rican. Nino. Recognize are there Puerto Ricans named Nino?
Yeah, find one.
Yeah, I've met a few Ninos that are like Puerto Rican.
Oh, he was a wop.
Like one or two. There was one Nino I knew from Puerto Rico, and there was a Nino from over here, from New York.
From over here. I'm over here.
From over here.
I'm over here.
Fucking from the east side,
Yeah. But yeah, these things happen, bro. Like I say, you can't fucking. I mean, I feel bad for the kid's family. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to come off too fucking heartless here, but like I say, you can't be writing fucking prayer cards, jerking off while you're crying for every swinging dick that dies over here. You sympathetic motherfucker. Calm down.
Well, listen.
Like they all know what. Listen, man. Like Patrick Day, I feel bad for the dude, and I feel bad for his family.
Yeah.
But Patrick Day knew what he was signing up for, man. He was okay with it.
I mean, he didn't want to die, I'm sure, but he knew that, look, that could happen. That could happen when you get into a fight. When you're boxing.
I mean, I don't mean to sound cold blooded.
They're grown ass, man. I mean, I feel bad for. I mean, somebody dies, right? Like, well, I mean, oh shit, the guy was boxing, he's died. I'm not a fucking animal, but
The only
still,
people I feel.
yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. I mean, like, well, they got into it. Like, it's like people. Anyways, I don't like it.
The only people I feel bad for is a man or a woman defending their life and they die in the process. Like, that's what I feel bad for. They actually they have no choice but to fight because they're in a bad situation. They either fight or die, and they decide to fight, and they may lose their life in the process. But some two combatants, getting this is what they do for a living. That tells me, look, there was a point in my life where I loved to box. I still kind of do, I still like. But I always kind of knew that, if you get into there's a chance that somebody can knock your lights out completely. Like that can happen.
And by the way, the quack says there's no need to talk trash about the man. He's dead and he's not here to defend himself. First of all, I didn't hear anybody trashing the guy, but I will disagree with the quack. But hold on, I will disagree with the quack when he says not to trash a man when he's dead. That's the best time to trash him because they can't defend themselves. So on that point, yes, I will disagree with you. Though.
Hey,
no, but seriously, we're not. Nobody's saying, "Oh, thank God he's dead." I mean,
yeah,
no.
And Stu's in the chat said Johnny wanting bitch mode when I dissed Gotti. I just said I cried like a fucking female when he died. I ain't gonna lie to you, so I ain't got no room to talk. I just said that, Stu.
Yeah, here's the official BDA position. All right. But we're sad to hear that he passed away. But it's like when you hear something, it's like when you hear, oh, in Zimbabwe, a train got overturned and 50 people died, and you go, oh man, that's horrible.
Nobody gives a
and then
fuck.
you go back to and make yourself a sandwich. You can't dwell on these things. There's so many. We're living in the information age now where we get bombarded with news. One guy dies. We can't, we're not gonna mourn. Sorry, that's just the way it is nowadays. So especially in the sport,
it was like BDN. It was like when not like if Pacquiao died, yeah, I'd probably get a little choked up about that.
Oh come on!
If it was
stop
Duran,
acting like a bitch, man. Come on.
Fuck you. I said,
what if Ryan Garcia dies?
Okay, now wait.
Why are you laughing?
No.
It's not
Wait a minute.
Somebody died, man.
Wait a minute. Ryan
Garcia laughing.
Hold on. Ryan Garcia is a different.
Boy, I'm gonna be fucking stricken with grief. So get off my dick, okay? Now,
Ryan Garcia,
I would never laugh about something like that. Just to let
Ryan Garcia is a different thing.
I still find it hilarious how people are mourning over Paul Walker. So go fuck yourself.
It's true.
If I taught him and Errol Spence how to drive, none of this shit would have happened. You understand?
Oh, come on. First of all,
you know how to drive a Ferrari, right?
Oh fuck! I've drove Ferraris backwards longer than they have forward. You kidding me?
Hey, wait, Johnny boy, when you steal Ferraris, do you break the window or do you? Okay.
No, I wish.
And by the way, somebody mentioned Ryan Garcia, so you know what that means.
No.
All
right, that's enough.
That's enough. But I'll tell you when it's enough.
I don't give a fuck. I'll just keep it real with you.
Well, I mean, if Ryan Garcia dies, BDA will mourn. I mean, after all, that is his son. God damn it! Like,
that's right. That's right. Thank you for backing me up on that one, Recognize. All right, we got a phone call here.
No problem.
It's Muscle again. He wants to say something else.
He wants to say he loves Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Muscle.
No, that was pretty cringe what you guys put up there. Yeah, just forgot to mention a couple of things. One, I'm surprised nobody is predicting a ring doctor's stoppage, because personally, I don't see any one of these guys going down and staying down. If you guys remember, even with Kovalev, the first Aladir fight, he went down 3 times, but he got up every single time. Of course, like the ref stopped it, but he got up. I see the same demeanor with these guys. I don't see them staying down.
Yeah,
they go down.
So. That's why I asked where the fight was taking place, because if it was in New York or somewhere like that, man, they're quickly to stop those fights, right? And this is a way that this fight can end. Not somebody getting flat out, like knocked out or anything, but like a referee jumps in and fucking stops it.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So
I
yeah,
think
but
that's
I don't know
also a
Philadelphia. I don't
possibility.
know how
Like
it
a,
works.
Pucho, your mic's a little bit too hot, man. You gotta turn the volume
Oh
down a
shit!
little bit,
Sorry.
just a little bit on the microphone, not on the Discord.
Just a little bit, little bit,
All right, all right, all right, all right. Whoa. All right.
I
just a
said
little
down,
bit.
not up.
All right,
Uh,
put it down. Is it down?
yeah, I
I
think so.
am down. You're up.
I am all right. You're all right.
Yeah, I'm screaming like a maniac. All right, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So Muscle, you're not changing your prediction then, but you are telling us more details about the fight.
yeah,
Now,
I thought it's an interesting possibility, and
no,
no one had mentioned it, like a ring doctor stoppage.
let me ask you, Muscle. Do you think boxers from the Ukraine now, are getting a little bit overrated because of Lomachenko and Usyk? Now every guy from the Ukraine all of a sudden is this dangerous fighter.
Well, can you give me an example of who's being overhyped or overrated?
I'm not just asking you. Do you think Gvozdyk is the goods just because he's Ukrainian or because of what he's done so far in the light heavyweight in his career?
I don't think he's overrated. On paper, he has the best win against Stevenson, but we have to keep in mind that was a 40-year-old Stevenson.
That's right.
The fight with what's his name, Chilemba, was kind of a downer because I think Chilemba got injured. I'm not going to say he's overrated. I don't know. It is what it is. They have 4 champions right now, including a 112-pounder, Artem Dalakin, although he's not ethnically Ukrainian. I don't know.
All right. I just wanted to ask you.
I don't think so.
The reason why I asked that question is because some people were saying that I was on the message boards and on the reading message boards and comment sections, and some people were saying, "Oh, Gvozdyk is overrated because he's Ukrainian." I'm thinking, all right, I just wanted to get another thought on that. Muscle, anything else you want to say?
You're a Ukrainian fanboy. I could see that maybe.
Wait a minute, who's an Ukrainian fanboy?
No, I was saying if you're like a fanboy of
Oh
like
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
Ukraine,
yeah.
like everybody that's from there is just great.
Yeah,
That's
like
not how it works, right? Then I would say there's a possibility you're overrating him, but I don't think he's overrated.
no. It's like people do some people do that with the Cubans. Remember that? Every time
Right.
Oh
somebody from
yeah, there
Cuba,
was a
they go
Cuban era. Remember?
the Cuban face. Yeah.
I
A
must
Cuban
have missed that.
face. Yeah.
Oh, phase, yeah, but an era, I must.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a big difference.
By the
That
way, I was
didn't
listening
last.
to the show, and we do have more Cubans calling in nowadays, and I want more Cubans to call in. I think they got some. Listen, there was one
Oh,
guy in
did you
the.
hear that guy, Mr. BDA?
That's why I brought. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
But we used to remember there used to be a Cuban guy in the chat room. He would only show up when we spoke or when we talked about Cuban fighters, and he was always saying, "You guys don't know shit about boxing," blah blah blah, because we didn't talk enough
That's
about
probably him
Cubans.
that called.
Nah, I don't
I
think
still
so. He
got,
doesn't
Yeah.
because he had a channel.
I still got Luis Ortiz showing up in my chat once in a while. Does he ever come on here?
No.
The guy with the goofy picture, Luis Ortiz, named Luis Ortiz.
I've seen him.
Oh,
I've seen him. I've seen him, yo.
oh,
I know.
bro,
I know.
yeah, dude, this guy's funny as fuck, bro. I was like, he's like, yeah, man. So you want me to tell you how fucking hard, fucking Jack Dempsey punched and shit? Like, oh, it's fucking hysterical, bro. He comes in my chat all the time. It's fucking
By
great.
the way,
yeah.
Yeah, before we continue, I see we got Jimmy in here. But before we continue with Jimmy, Muscle, anything else you want to say before we let you go?
Yeah. Speaking of Ukrainians, by the way, it's an interesting fact that, in case you guys didn't know, all 3, Usyk, Gvozdyk, and Loma, they don't speak in Ukrainian dialect. Unlike what's his face that just fought Devchenko that just fought Triple G. They speak more of a Russian tongue. Just interesting fact.
Yeah,
and
interesting.
Before I go, I wanted to share an Easter egg with you guys. If you guys revisit the Gvozdyk and Beterbiev fight, pay attention to when the first bell rings to round 1, and when Beterbiev knocks him like 10 feet back. Pay attention to the reaction from one of the announcers. I think it's priceless.
From which fight you said?
From the ESPN card or like something else?
Yeah, the ESPN fight that took place.
I remember
uh,
watching that fight. I
on
may have
Cinco
missed
de
it.
Mayo, the Gvozdyk Beterbiev fight. When Beterbiev knocks him, like the second the bell rings, just pay attention to the announcer's reaction because it's unorthodox, for like an announcer to react that way to something they see. I don't know. I thought it's pretty funny, and if you guys check it out, like after the shows, then I think you guys will get a crack too.
All right, we'll check it out,
I
Mosul.
gotta check this out now.
Thanks for calling in, man. All right,
Yeah,
take it
thank
easy.
you.
All right, Muscle.
All right.
I kept missing what fight he was talking about. I heard him say Gvozdyk Beterbiev. I'm thinking, wait a minute, did that fight already
No,
happen?
you talking about Beterbiev's last fight with
Oh,
Kalashnik,
okay, okay,
the guy that really beat Marcus Brown, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I was mishearing. Anyway, we got Jimmy on the line. Jimmy, are you there?
Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
Hey,
Can you hear me?
yeah, there's some static on your end.
Of course there is. It wouldn't be right if there wasn't, brother. What's going on, man?
I
What's
don't know,
up,
man.
Jimmy?
Fucking static.
Yeah, there's static. Try
Might be
Are you on your
might be an
headphones?
FBI thing.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
Is it still static now?
Yeah, a little bit. Bucho, what can he do about that?
Damn.
Don't know. It's probably earphones. Are they plugged? Is your phone plugged at the same time?
Let me you know what? Let me. Is it still all right? Let me try. Let me call right back. Let me try a different setup.
Yeah, it looks like the FBI is listening into his conversation.
Maybe his phone is plugged in at the same time. That fucks up.
And by the way, I see
I don't-
Gonzalo dropped off. I think maybe that's soup salad or salad soup. What did he say he was making? A soup salad?
I don't know, but it's early up.
I don't even know what a soup salad is. Anyway, okay, I want to bring up a little subject here because we had Gypsy Boxing Style in the other day. By the way,
Nightmare.
Gypsy Boxing Style. By the way, he made 2 videos. As far as that last time I checked, 2 videos criticizing Precise, aka Fight Film. The war has begun. Both guys making videos, and it's about time we had another war. The last time we had a war, I survived by the skin of my balls. All right, so
No, this
he was
is the
wrong.
first video war.
No, he was wrong. Trust me.
You know what we should call this? Like
What's that?
the first video war, YouTube YTBC video war. We'll probably
Well,
have more coming up later.
It's not the first, but
Probably is, man. Exchanging. Oh no, well, you wanna count Sean Newton always doing that shit. He's always replying to the LDBC, right? So
yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, check out Gypsy Boxing Styles channel if you wanna get up to
We
date
want to
with
get a
the
good
war.
laugh.
Oh, I didn't say that. Come on, no, hold on a second. I didn't say. I said if you want to stay up to date with the war. That's what I said. You said the other thing. I didn't say. All right. Because already, Gypsy Boxing Style seems to think that I don't know if he's kidding or not, but he seems to think that we have an agenda against him here. Why would we have him on if there's an agenda? I don't
exactly
understand the logic with that one. But anyway.
That's how he keeps himself going. He pretends that everybody's against him.
Yeah, he needs an enemy. That's he's a soldier. He needs something to shoot bullets at. All right. By the way,
He sees Precise as a communist. He wants to take Precise.
I wanted to bring something up because he brought something up. He says Bivol is still the best light heavyweight in the world. Now, the thing about Bivol is he really surprised people when he stopped Sullivan Barrera. But since then,
he beat the shit out of Sullivan Barrera.
The Cuban, by the way, another Cuban. But since then, he's gone 12 rounds a whole bunch of times. And some people say he's boring. Some people say he's not as good as you know what he reminds me of? Consummate professional technician who's not willing to take the extra risk to knock somebody out. He reminds me of Juan Manuel Marquez circa 99 to 2005. Remember that version of Marquez? He would just do enough to outbox the other guy, throw a couple of flashy combinations here and there, and that's it.
That's a great comparison because if you actually look at the way he fights, not exactly, it's Marquez. In those times, Marquez hardly lost any rounds. Then on top of that, he would go 12 rounds a lot too. But like winning, I'm not saying he won every round, but it's like it was hard to give his opponents any round like clearly.
Exactly.
Same thing with this kid, Bivol. Bivol is like he's hard to take a round from him. The kid is just counter punching you, turning you around, beating you up. The kid is really good, man.
Well,
And
you
he's
know
a
what?
small light heavyweight.
You know what? As soon as you started saying that, Stu in the chat room says, I don't like watching Beevil. St. Brit says he's boring. Shepherd Sons says the same thing. He's boring. Uh,
No.
So people are saying he's boring. I mean, what do you guys think? Yeah, that's what the.
Wait, the crowd was booing.
Yeah, that was a Ukrainian crowd, and I learned a few things from going to the Triple G and Derevinchenko fight. When Ukrainians in the house, they boo the shit out of other Eastern Bloc states.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait. Bevo is from
Russia. Russia.
No,
It's
it's Russian.
Korean.
You know what the Ukraine is? It's a sitting duck.
Looks
Okay,
like
well they
kulak.
hit Russia, so it makes sense.
Hey, can you hear me now, guys?
Some of them.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
The Ukraine is weak.
Still staticky?
No.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
Yeah, no, it's kidding. But yeah, no, Bevel, you know what my thing on that kid is? Listen, his fucking footwork is insane. Just insane. He's got some of the best footwork, the way he can dart in and out. My thing is this. He's outside of the ring, people say he's like a super nice kid, like a very intelligent, nice kid. He comes to the ring. I tweeted this actually today that it's almost he still has that Olympic mindset. It's almost like he's too sportsman-like. He doesn't get that fucking pro nastiness, that aggression yet. Someone needs to headbutt him. Remember Sullivan Libera caught him with a couple of nut shots in the beginning of the fight? And I guess he was kind of pissed off. So I guess if he gets angry, he'll crack harder. But I think sometimes he just that's my personal opinion that he still has that fucking Olympic, sportsmanship type bullshit. He needs to get in there and just, it's like remember fucking Salido beat that out of Lomachenko his second fight. You know what I mean? That's why I define that fight. So, even though it's a loss, it was so perfect for him.
That's a good point, man. He needs to start getting a little bit more grimy in there.
Yeah, he hasn't been roughed up yet. He hasn't been in a dogfight yet. Because of his fucking footwork, people can't really catch him. He's a very hard guy to whack. So, I'd like to see him in a dogfight. I'd like to see someone give him maybe cut him above the eye a little bit and get him a little, taste his own blood. Get a little fucking dog in him. Because I think that's what it's lacking. Because it is. It's like a fucking 12-round fucking Olympic match.
Well, you know what, man? Listen, Bivol, he went the distance with Pascal. Nobody's really gonna take Pascal out. I mean, the only guy who ever did it was Kovalev, and he never took him off his. I mean, he was still standing when those fights were stopped. Pascal was. Joe Smith Jr., tough dude. What's the other guy's name? Valera, Francisco Valera. What's his name? The guy that's like a pretty good fighter himself. I think from the Dominican Republic. Anyway, he's beating them up. He's beating them up. He's winning all the rounds. This last guy from the Dominican Republic, again, big dude. He looked like David Telesco in there. Very big, tall.
Yo, dude, was it me? I'm like, is this a light heavyweight fight or a light heavyweight versus a cruiserweight? Or not even a light heavyweight because Bivol doesn't.
He hasn't. What is he only lost? What is he only lost 2 rounds in the last 36 or some bullshit like that?
Bivol looks Triple G size.
Yeah, he's not a big light heavyweight. In fact, there was talk of him coming down to 168.
That'd be a nice fight. Him and Triple G meet up at 168.
He's a little guy for the weight class. There ain't no question about it.
I will pick him to beat Triple G.
I will.
At this age, at 168. Yeah. Oh yeah, he'd be too big.
Yeah,
he'd be too fast. His leg work is. It's just at this point,
make it happen though. I'd love to see that fight.
Bivol wouldn't knock him out. He'd outpoint him. That's the way
I don't think he's.
I don't think you'd knock out Triple G. He's got fucking. Like Lou DiBella said that. Like Lou DiBella, I don't agree with many things he said, but he said about Triple G at the fight. If he didn't have that fucking godlike chin, he does take a fucking mean shot. Nobody's ever even seen him fucking goofy leg yet.
You know what it is? Look, I agree with you. He does take a good shot, but he also rolls with those a lot of the time. Look, he does have a good chin. I'm not saying that, but sometimes I hear people say man,
he's taking it all on the chin, and I'm like, not really. If he took it all on the chin, he'll be sleeping.
That's what
Like,
she said.
yeah, Canelo hit him with a really great shot, but if you look at it, had Canelo caught him when he had his regular, he just had it there, and his head had to move that way because of the punch. Come on, man, he would have been on the fucking floor at least.
Yeah, and every now and then, God develops a fucking freak who just got those chin. You can just hit them with fucking everything, and they don't go out.
Yeah, you're
But
right,
what
man.
happens with those guys, like everything else, once they go out that first time, then it's like almost a guarantee when they fight. You know what I mean? Those guys who never go out, but once that light finally gets switched,
Now,
downhill.
going back to the Bivol thing, Johnny Boy said he's too small for the weight. I just looked at
No.
BoxRec and they have him listed as 6 feet tall. But you remember, if they have him listed as 6 feet tall, take an inch away, or
He's like
or an
my
inch and a half.
size. He's like 5'11". He's like a little shy of 6 foot.
I mean, 5'11" is not necessarily short. That's a pretty big guy.
Well, for you.
5'11" or 6 feet. It's just about the same. The frame though, as a light heavyweight, he's not today's light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying, Jimmy?
Right.
Like he's not.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, figure
today's
Mike
light
Tyson was
heavyweights
5'10" and a half, right? You know how thick he
5'10"
was.
and a half.
Well,
Listen,
this dude that he just fought, he's listed as 6'2", according to BoxRec, but he looked pretty thick.
He looked 4 inches taller than him, like 3 to 4 inches taller.
Yeah.
He
Now, by the
did
way-
look, in the ring. I'm glad you brought up his height because I was saying to myself, this guy just looks like like about a good 15 pounds heavier than him and about 3 to 4 inches in height taller than him. And he may not be skilled, but that's probably why he could take the punches of Bivol. I think Bivol, had he fought at 168, even 160, he'd be a knockout artist with that
Right.
speed and that skill. He'd be a fucking knockout artist.
By the way, Cachnello in the chat room says that was recognize his cousin. I mean, come on, they gotta go with that right away. But you know what?
The big, slow, goofy dude. Yeah, that's my cousin.
Hey, but you know what? Recognize you said about the 168 pounds, but he did drop the guy during the fight.
Yeah,
so
he did. He did caught him. Yeah.
So his power is not that bad. I mean, it's more precision and speed than anything else, but he can handle
You know
himself.
what it
with
is?
power.
You know what it is? Matrix
Uh-oh.
can't handle the truth. That's all it is. He's a flip flopper. That's what I like to call him. Flip flopper.
Oh.
no.
All right. First of all,
is this my favorite Gypsy Queen?
Listen, Gypsy will agree with me on this. Bivol is not allowed to fight Golovkin because he's a slapper. I had Golovkin winning both fights against Canelo, 12 rounds to nothing. He beat Derevyanchenko 12 rounds to nothing plus the knockdown. He fucking took Zeus's lightning bolts and jammed him up his ass. That's Gennady Golovkin for you. He can't. Oh, he'll knock Bivol out in a round and a half. You fucking kidding me? Come on.
Nah, bro. I agree with the Canelo thing, but I don't agree with the Derevyanchenko thing. And the
being a
Bivol
smart
thing,
ass, Gypsy. Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's all right, man. Everybody got the right to their opinion. Everybody got an asshole. They got to use it. You know what I mean? So
some are bleeding.
When you talking about Bivol, bro, Bivol is footwork, like Jimmy was saying, is I think probably second to none in that division. Maybe Kovalev is closest to that shit. Kovalev is the closest to that. And when you talk about me, Matrix, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I apologize, Cupcakes. Don't worry about it.
Cupcakes.
My fade looks better than yours, Gypsy.
Your what? Your hairstyles that we're talking about? Bro, man, I don't even give a shit about that shit.
Yeah, I'm just rocking with you.
All right, so listen.
Gypsy, I saw your video finally for the first.
You've been watching my videos. What are you talking about? You saw my video you saw like 5 of my videos or some shit. I don't even know.
Well, yeah, I've seen a few of yours. I'm talking about the recent ones.
Yeah, I
the
saw
most recent one?
Yeah, where you're trying to prove a point, but you're actually not
I
doing
proved my point. If you're a
actually
fanboy, you're a fanboy. It don't change
you
anything.
You proved another point.
no matter what I say, it wouldn't matter to you if you're a fanboy and you have
No,
your
no,
own
listen,
mindset. I could bring
you
in
did a good
Jesus,
job.
and Jesus would say,
Wait,
"Yes, my son,
you
that
didn't
is
let
the
me
truth."
finish.
It
Let
wouldn't
me
change a
finish.
goddamn thing.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish. Let me finish, okay? You did a good job, but you messed up in the end. It's just that's what I was gonna say. You just messed up in the end. It happens.
Dude, you
I
know
don't
how
even know
many
what you're
times
talking about.
Golovkin hit the? You know how many times Golovkin hit the back of Devinchenko's head?
All right, right. Let me just give
I
people
haven't got to count. It's
let
been
me
a
just give
lot.
people
It's
let
been a
me just
lot.
give
Golovkin
people a
beat the shit
context.
out of the air that night. I know that.
Let me just give
Dude,
people some context about what's going
I
on
know
here because
Derevianchenko
people don't
says
know
like
what
he
you.
got hit
Hold
by a
on,
Mack truck.
guys. Let me just give the viewers some context about what you're talking about because I don't know if everybody knows. Gypsy strongly disagrees with the fight film, aka Precise, about the Golovkin Derevchenko fight. So Boxtel took it upon himself to make videos, which you can watch on his channel. What's the official channel though, Gypsy?
the same as my name.
No, but you changed it before. But you changed
I know
it.
he's the same as my name.
No, but
Can
it's
I
Gypsy. It was
let me
boxing
say this?
style before. Hold on. It was boxing style
Sorry.
before, and then you changed it to Gypsy Box. So I don't know if the name is still the same.
The reason why I changed the gypsy boxing style is because I'm a big fan of. First of all, I got kind of a gypsy heritage, but I don't really
All right, nobody
look.
cares. Listen, the point
Oh,
is.
that
I don't go
explains
too
it.
deep.
That
No,
explains it.
I'm not even joking. I do have that shit because people
I
have called
believe
that
you.
shit.
All
They
right,
have
all
found
right.
that
But the
pretty
point
explosive
is,
initially.
let me keep. We got to give some context to the people here, otherwise they don't know what the hell's going on. So he made those videos where you can check out on his channel. Now, he's also saying that Bivol is the best light heavyweight in the world, and that's where I want to sort of keep this here, because if I'd
He
rather
might
have,
be right about that.
yeah, maybe,
That
you know,
I don't. I'm not gonna say I agree with him, but I understand where he's coming from.
all right, well,
Look, all I was gonna say was this. I like Triple G. I've always rocked with Triple G. And in my opinion, he lost the fight. It was a good fight, but he lost. That's all. If you
I
thought
think
Golovkin, if you
I don't
hang
think
on one second, recognize. If you thought Golovkin won, that's fine too. It's no big deal.
right. The only problem I had is with anybody saying that there's no way Golovkin could have won this fight. Like, get out of here with that nonsense. What this fight was? This fight wasn't no blowout.
No, the only thing. Listen, the only thing that I have a problem with is the double standards. See, he mentioned something about Triple G getting hurt in the fifth round. Like I said that actually initially in my video.
all right, well,
He
listen,
looked like he
listen.
got hurt in the fifth round.
So,
Yeah.
so like, listen, look, that shit was a 22nd to 23. I've yet to do that fifth round to sixth round. There's a 23 seconds where Triple G's hurt where the ref stepped in. There's only a 2-second difference for when what's his name got hurt. I can't
Okay,
forget
but
this fucking
listen.
dude's
Let's
name.
talk about
Yeah.
that in another segment because we were talking about the light heavyweights, and I just wanted to give people some context about what you were talking about. I don't want to stick to this issue right now. Anyway, check out Boxing Style's videos. I don't know what his channel name. I don't know if it's Boxing Style or Gypsy Boxing Style, but check it out.
Gypsy Queens and
All right, hold on.
Cupcakes. It's
All right.
Gypsy Queens and Cupcakes.
Is that a town named in the Bronx or something like that? Queens. I don't got
Oh,
nothing like that in LA. It's angels in this motherfucker.
Oh,
let's
the
see.
little angels, the little dollies out there.
Hey, angels, man, the gods like fucking messengers, bro. They fuck people up.
All right, listen. The point is this: before
Or
we
get
continue
fucked
with
up.
all that, I want to stay on board that light heavyweight division for a little bit here. I want to get Jimmy's prediction for the big light heavyweight showdown this Friday between Alexander Gvozdyk and Arthur Beterbiev. Jimmy, would you care to break the fight down
Yes.
for us and give us your prediction?
Shit, you know what? I don't know. This one's fucking kicking my ass because Beterbiev is definitely a fucking powerful prick, but he's robotic. Um, didn't he was rocked too against Stevenson, right? Didn't Stevenson rock him pretty good? He's got a nasty left hook.
You talking about with Gvozdyk? Yeah, yeah. He
Yeah,
did.
so
He did. He dropped him. Didn't he? Put him down.
Yeah, the ropes
Yeah.
held him up, but they didn't count it as a knockdown.
I don't know. I think I don't know. I have a gut feeling this
Yeah,
thing
you're
might
right,
be a
David. Yeah.
close fight right down to the fucking wire. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but you know what I mean? Now that I said that, fucking one of them gets smoked in a second. But I don't know. I just feel like this being a fucking a tight fight. I mean, Beterbiev, man, that fucking dude. I was high on him a few years back. He had that look and everything, and then he just one promotional fuck up after another. He was with everybody at one point. Was he with Heyman for a while?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I like the way he looked against the Serbian dude. I
Oh, yeah,
know he's not the greatest opponent. I understand that, but that Serbian dude was solid. He made him look like shit, Jimmy. Like nothing, bro.
Well, I think coming out of this fight, he's got the most to lose. If he doesn't fucking win and doesn't look good, I don't know, man. It's been a long time. Plus, how old is he now? He's got to be, what, 34?
34. Yep.
34 is just, you know what I mean? This is
think
his
Gvozdyk
fucking...
is 30. Gvozdyk is 32.
Yeah.
And Beterbiev is 34. They don't got that many fights, so they're young.
You got to capitalize on this shit.
They're
If
young.
he wants
32.
a big payday... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking. I said I can't hang it this way. That's why
No,
I
it's
hate
okay,
it
Jimmy.
this
Don't
way.
worry about it. No, I was just gonna say they're young, 32 and 34-year-olds. They're not old in the game, you know.
Oh, but just in a way of like your development, just because it's like, you know, it does make a big difference. You know what I mean? In that, like from 34 to 36, 36 to 38, you know what I mean? It's just those years make a difference. And I'm just thinking that if Beterbiev wants to make any big bank and get on a card and like generate some buzz, I mean, if he goes out and smokes the kid, yeah, then next thing you know, everybody will be like, oh man, whoever wins, you know, Kovalev. But I don't think, if you put it this way, if he smokes the kid, I don't think Canelo's going to want to fight him.
All right, so you don't want to make a prediction yet, then?
Yeah, no, I want to look at some, because seriously, I just, because I've been like kind of half-assing it on these predictions and shit. You know what I mean? And I see a lot of people kind of take it serious. I'm like, you know, I should probably take it more serious instead of just black. You know, I'm like trying to fucking call the earliest round as a joke. But yeah, no, right now I kind of see it really close. But I'm going to look at because I know you made a video. I haven't got a chance to look at it yet. I'm going to look at some tape and shit just to see. Cause I'm curious. But I'll definitely know by tomorrow night.
All right,
Jimmy, I guarantee you're gonna say it's a pick'em fight. You're gonna be like, it's a pick'em fight. That's how close these two are.
Right? They both have different attributes.
You guys, you know why I got a beef with Fight Film? I don't really have the beef. He's the
Oh,
one who
come
has the beef.
on! I don't want.
No, seriously. No.
No, but I
just
don't
play
want to
it
talk
around.
about that. We're talking
I'm
about the
big
light
out here. If you
heavyweights. We're
pick on
talking
me,
about the light
something don't happen.
heavyweights.
So
We're
listen,
talking about the light heavyweights. Gypsy, we're
Let me
talking.
say my piece.
But Gypsy, we're
Let me say
talking.
my piece.
But we're talking about the light heavyweights. We're not talking about Triple G and Fight Film right now.
No. This is something else. It's something else. It's nothing to do with Triple G. It's
But
something
it's
else.
with Fight Film.
See, the
Okay,
thing
but I
with-
don't.
Yeah,
A
it's just
fight
the thing
when
that
precise shows up, you can speak your piece about to him. But right now, I mean, what's the point? We're talking about the light heavyweights. Light heavyweights.
The girl yells, bro. I can't
Hang on.
speak when he's yelling. I don't
Gyp-
like yelling. I'm not a bitch. So it's like kind of hard to speak. You know what I mean?
Gypsy, me and you are in agreement that Derevchenko won that fight. I'll tell you that. Okay? And all this shit here. And I'm not trying to disrespect Precise, but all this shit about, oh, he's a slapper and all this other fucking shit. Well, then in that case, you may as well just call fucking Lomachenko and Usyk slappers.
I thought you
That's
were
like
gonna
the-
come. I thought you were gonna come Gypsy down, and you pull a little
No.
Carmine.
No.
You're
I'm just
pulling a
saying
little
I
Carmine on
agree.
me, man.
I was just saying I agree to the point that Gypsy's trying to make.
You're pulling a little
Okay?
Carmine on me. Whatever. Your brother
Carmine.
Billy.
Hey, PDA, I didn't say nothing. Okay? I didn't say nothing.
Your
I was
brother
just
Billy.
saying,
Your brother Billy. Whatever happened there?
yeah, this piece of shit's cousin put 6 bullets in the kid without any provocation whatsoever.
All right. So listen, can we stick to the
Fuck
light
what you meant,
heavyweight?
cocksucker.
All right, let's stick to the light heavyweight division. And Gypsy will, when the time comes, we'll speak about that. But in the meantime, people can check out your channel. We're gonna put the link in the description, and people can check out because your video will speak much more than the way you can talk here. Let's just put it that way. All right. So
Gypsy boxing.
All right. So listen, getting back to the light heavyweight division, I wanted to ask you guys a question. Oh, by the way, Gypsy, what's your prediction for that fight?
Gvozdyk 10th round stoppage, but you know the thing is with this fight, Beterbiev does have a really good fucking punch, and who knows, Beterbiev might stop him, but Beterbiev is the less talented between the two guys. He's slower between the two guys too, but he's the stronger man between the two guys, in my opinion. But he will get caught because Gvozdyk does hit pretty hard as well, and I think at the end, with the accumulation of punches, you will get stopped. But
all right,
you never know.
you got to give us a round though.
I said
You say
10th
the
round.
10th?
He did
10th,
say
Yeah.
10th. Yeah,
10th.
10th
Okay,
round.
I'm sorry, my mistake. All right, so Butcher, can you write that down? Oh, I think he's writing it down. Jimmy,
I
no,
think you
he's
already
still
wrote
on
it down.
Jimmy. Butcher, what are you doing? He still didn't even write Jimmy's prediction down. Anyway, whatever. He's probably taking a. Anyway, the point is this, fellas. I got a question for you. All right, because Beterbiev, I've mentioned he's a pretty. People know who he is here in Montreal because he does train out of. He lives here in Quebec. But if he wins in impressive fashion against a guy whom many people consider to be the lineal light heavyweight champion of the world, are we going to have another Eastern European monster on our hands? How wild are people going to go if Beterbiev stops this guy? And how high will you rate him pound for pound wise based off of this win? Or is it just one win and it's not enough for the pound for pound?
Yeah, I'd personally like to see more.
It goes both ways, bro. How can you say they're both undefeated, though? Like, how
Yeah,
can you
I
say
agree with
one guy is
Gypsy.
just
Like,
monster?
I think whoever wins, and especially if they win in dominant fashion, it could be competitive, but like decisive, man. If whoever wins that kind of fight, they're gonna get a lot of praise. It's one of those type of fights. It's one of those two undefeated fighters who, you know, they're in their prime. At least when it comes to not so much age, but in terms of like their strength, and
Right.
they didn't put in a lot of work, but we obviously know that they got this talent that could be the best at the weight class. So I mean, whoever wins that fight, man, whoever wins this fight is gonna there's gonna be a lot of buzz on that person. They're gonna be the number one guy at their weight class. They're gonna put them in the top 10 pound for pound on certain lists. So it is what it is. It's a great fight.
Yeah, that's
I was gonna say I'm rooting for Beterbiev, though. I think Gvozdyk will win, but I'm rooting for Beterbiev. That motherfucker looks just like me. It's kind of scary.
he
He does
looks
look like you.
he's got the
Dude,
beard.
the first time I saw it, I'm like, wait a minute,
Oh
is that me
shit!
in the fucking ring? What the fuck is going on?
Beterbiev looks like Gypsy with hair on top of his
He
head.
always looks like somebody just stuck their finger in his girl's ass.
Oh,
He's always angry looking.
Are
You
you
know what I
saying
mean? He's always
Are you talking
looking
about Gypsy
pissed.
or Beterbiev?
Story of my life, bro. No, I'm just playing.
it's because he.
Gypsy has the same body type as H Money.
Oh,
Yo,
I haven't
is that
actually seen H
wait
Money though.
Bucho? Is
Yeah,
that him?
yeah.
You
That's
sure?
that's H Money apparently. Did you guys see the video? Somebody
Bro,
posted it
listen
on.
to
Yeah.
me. H Money, don't ever call me talking about you'll knock me out, dude. I would feel terrible putting my hands on you. You look, if that's him, he looks sick, bro.
I was gonna say that, man. He does look like he's. Oh, by the way, hold on
You
a
was
second.
an
Before.
accident. I was gonna say, listen, H Money, if that's you was a mistake. Your father didn't mean to
Oh,
have
come
you.
on,
No, I'm just
come
saying,
on.
just keeping it real with him, man.
I
By
just
the way,
So,
wanted. To,
have
hold on, hold on.
I
Before
just
Why?
wanted. To,
A caller threatened you?
hold on. Before we continue, Taco Beristain just donated with the super chat. He says, "Whoever claims Triple G1 is a deck rider." I think he means dick rider. 115, 113, Derevchenko. All right, Taco. Thank you for the
right. I
contribution.
like how he says whoever claims Triple G1 is a Triple G dick rider, but then he has it super close. Puts it
Hey,
up to
people in the chat want to
Shut
know
the fuck up.
how Jimmy scored. People in the chat want to know how Jimmy scored the fight.
But hold on. Boxy Style wanted to say something, I think. Or who
I
wanted to
was
say
gonna
something?
say.
Johnny Boy.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
think
me. That was me. Listen, I just wanted to say rest in peace to the Ferrari. I'm sure it's in a better place right now. God bless its heart. I also wanted to say rest in peace to the Xanax bottle that was in Spence's left pocket. It had him a lot of fun. I'm sure got a couple of 20s pickpocketed from him by some bimbos at the club. So rest in peace to the Xanax bottle. Rest in peace to that Ferrari. And who was that other guy?
Hey, what about his teeth, bro?
Yeah, rest in peace to him too. My point exactly.
All right.
All right.
Well, listen.
No,
Before.
Johnny. What about his teeth? Rest in peace, his teeth. His front teeth are missing. That's what I've been hearing.
Listen, rest in peace, my father's big toe. He chopped it
all
off
right,
with
we
the
get it.
jackhammer
All right,
back
well,
in
hold
the
on.
70s.
We gotta
We're
move on,
fixing.
man, because we're running out of time here. We got a phone call here, real quick. Hopefully, it's about the light heavyweight division. 316, you're on the air. 316.
Nigger.
He
That's
dropped
like
out.
Howard's third.
Yeah, he
type
and
of.
I didn't even hang up on him. The guy hung up on his own. All right.
That was Uncle Pappy's nephew.
Yeah, that was Uncle Pepe. Yeah. All right. So I wanted to say regarding the light heavyweight division. So Beterbiev, if he wins this fight by concussive fashion and he just drops and mauls Gvozdyk, I'm telling you, we're gonna have a whole new wave of Beterbiev fans saying he's the best. He's pound for pound. He's a monster. But I still see a little weakness in him, just a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, I do too, and that's why, like even though I'm going with Beterbiev, I'm not going to be shocked if he loses this fight.
I would say that if he stops him early, if he stops him like within 5 rounds, I'll be like, yeah, he's a beast. But if he stops him 11th, 10th, I still favor Bivol to beat him.
Bivol is good, man. That's the thing. He doesn't lose rounds, bro. Like I agree with Gypsy on that one. Like this, give me a round. He clearly lost. Like, there isn't any.
And that's the other intriguing thing about the fight between Beterbiev and Vaz is because neither guy is undestructible. They both got their, neither one of them is spit shine Tommy over here. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of them's fucking spotless. We've seen them both get hurt a couple of times, right? Now, and like Recognize just says, I pick Gvozdyk, but I ain't gonna, it's a pick 'em. Fuck, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Get mad at you because you picked Beterbiev? Come on, it's a good fight.
Yeah, to me, you know something? I mean, other than wanting to be right, I like both fighters. Whoever wins is it's a plus for me either way.
Yeah, I ain't got no dog in the race either, bro. Yeah, exactly.
You know what, man? With the Gvozdyk Beterbiev fight, I'm overthinking it. That's why I can't make a prediction. I'm stuck in overthinking mode.
I can't even blame you because I sit there and say, I think Gvozdyk's gonna win, man. I might be wrong. Then I'd be like, oh, I think it's like one of those kind of fights, man.
Right.
And by the way, I have no doubt. I have one second, Gypsy. One second. No, I have no doubt in my mind next week's fight. That's Josh Taylor by fucking slaughter. Okay, I'm telling you.
You think so? You think so, Johnny?
Bro, listen. Unless he gets lured into a brawl, I think Josh Taylor is going to piece that kid up. And I like Prograis. He reminds me of BG and Juvenile and the Hot Boys. But anyways, I think Josh Taylor is going to beat the living fuck out of Prograis, in my opinion. I think he's going to whoop that dude's ass.
You know what I think it's going to be? Baranchik fight again.
Yeah.
Where if he pulls it off, I mean, you might be right. I don't know. But it's going to be a Baranchik kind of fight. If he pulls it off, it's going to be close, but he's going to maybe knock down Prograis.
I was gonna initially my prediction was, and I mentioned this a couple of episodes back, that I said Josh Taylor is gonna school Regis Prograis. I'm starting to think it's gonna be a little bit more competitive. But anyway, listen, that's a subject for the next week.
I'm gonna do a prediction video at Chisora and Press.
Okay, come on. All right.
Hospital.
Yeah, I'm gonna predict whether he's gonna be in the hospital or is he gonna be at the fight.
Yeah, David Price is gonna have a date.
You know when you do the video, Gypsy, you know how you like to do it in your car? Park in front of a hospital. Point the camera and say, "Okay, now I'm gonna give my."
And by the way, what was I gonna say? Yeah, somebody asked who's going to be fighting on the undercard this Friday. By the way, I forgot to tell you guys. So this fight, the Beterbiev Gvozdyk fight, is going to be taking place on ESPN. It's going to be aired by ESPN. ESPN, the real ESPN, not ESPN2 or the one that shows the dog grooming. the real ESPN. And unfortunately, though, there's something bad here for us people who live on the East Coast. Fucking fights at 10 p.m. The fight, not the fight. The event starts at 10
Bunch
p.m.
of scumbags.
So that the main event is probably gonna start about, I don't know, 12:30 a.m., maybe 1 a.m. Fucking bunch of assholes, cocksucking motherfuckers. I don't know what the fuck's wrong.
Hey, I'm only an hour behind you. It starts at 9:30 for me, the card, instead of 10:30. I'm only an hour behind you. It starts at fucking 6 in the afternoon for Gypsy over there. So the fuck.
You know why the West Coast 3 hours behind? They're lazy.
Oh.
What you call lazy, bro?
Well, I mean, but people over there, they don't gotta walk in the cold and shit, you know? They just fucking wake up, stroke one out, go to the fucking gym, go on a
Fuck
fag
yeah.
march, and yeah, you know, I'm just fucking with you.
No, bro, but the up north is pretty cold though. Over here, it's like, well, I got Big Bear nearby. That's where Gennady Golovkin used to train. I don't know if he's still training over there.
Where you live, Gypsy? If you don't mind.
I live in the Valley area, San Fernando area. It gets pretty hot in the summertime. It gets decent cold, not like Colorado cold or like fucking, I don't know, New York type of cold, but it gets
Isn't
cold.
that what, Gypsy, isn't that where all the porn broads hang out at? We'll send them over here. What the fuck are you doing?
Not in San Fernando, bro. That's like Beverly Hills, West Hollywood gay area. That's what that's at, bro. That's not this area. Yeah.
That's where Gypsy used to live.
Nah, bro. I lived in East Hollywood. That's where like pretty ghetto, very ghetto for like 20 years of my life. And
All
then
right,
I
why are we
moved over here
talking
to be more
about?
quiet.
Why are we talking
Hollywood
about?
was ghetto when I went over there. I was like, yo, this is like fucking Times Square in the 90s and shit.
This is turning into the BDA geography show. Let me tell you something, fellas. I want to keep this to boxing, all right? Or else I'm going to have to whip my cock out here, put it up on the screen, get some more attention. Let me just read real quick.
Cameron will be watching that shit big time.
Oh, what's the matter with you? All right, let me dig in at Cameron there, who's not here to defend himself. Real quick, a couple of comments from the chat room. Shamey Scary says, "Family show, guys." That's right. The Quack says, "Bivol is a real technician." SSB28 says, "Who is on the undercard?" I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. All Boxy Talking News says he got booted out of AJ's gym. There's a surprise. I don't know who they're talking about. Triple JJJ says everyone keeps cutting Gypsy bitch off. Oh, come on, what? Oh no, he didn't say bitch. Sorry, I added that. Sorry. Fight Scout says Josh Taylor
Bro, I
fight.
know I get cut off, bro. I know I get cut off. It's all good. I don't give a shit.
But we're not cutting you off on purpose, man. It's your I don't know what it is. Discord, whatever. And by the way, can I say something about Discord? Remember when we used to? This is much better than Hangouts because back then everybody used to get faded out. More importantly, I used to get faded out more than anybody. So that's the most important thing. It can't happen. And number two, remember everybody used to drop out at some point after 2 hours or like about an hour and a half. Boop! All of a sudden, 5 people would drop out. They would have to come back in. And we used to have all sorts of glitches. So I'm very happy with the way Discord has been working. All right, so I don't want to hear any complaints about.
What's that app that you guys be using? I think Johnny Boy uses that app too.
What's
that? A pretty good one. The one that you use.
StreamYard?
Yeah, that's a good one, bro. That actually works pretty well.
Yeah, it's a nice, beautiful thing.
It's a nice, it's a nice little app. It's a nice little app, but I think it only has 5 people on it. I think it only allows 5 people.
6.
6. All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
People are saying that things in the West are as. Ah, shit. I lost the comments. Fight Scout says Hollywood is ghetto. I've been there. Quack says I'm in Orange County. I think that means Orange County. Marshall Ministry says I figure you were a Valley or NoHo type. So see, you got people talking about geography now, man. What the fuck's the matter with you? What the dog a little bit boxing? All right. So is there anything else?
Gypsy's lying. He's from Compton.
Nah, bro, I'm not from Compton. But Compton's actually not so bad, bro. Like, actually, Compton's decent. It doesn't look ghetto. I don't know. Maybe back in the day in the 90s when I was like 10 or 9.
That's what I thought when something, Gypsy, when I went over there, I was like, damn, this is a beautiful area. It's not like East New York. East New York looks like shit. Like, you're in a bad area.
Yeah,
I was at the Browns when I was at New York, and I took I got a rental car. A bad idea to get a fucking rental car in New York. I tell you that much, bro. I fucking drove around. I'm like, holy shit, this area is ghetto as fuck. And we might as well go downtown.
Yeah, the South Bronx is like a somebody dropped a bomb.
Yeah,
in the middle of it.
Yeah, I swear to God, bro, if I lived out there, I couldn't be around no fucking Hollywood yuppie fucks. You could just go drop me off with Zapata, and I'll be good. I'll make my ways from there.
Big Boys Boxing says that you can have as many people as you want on StreamYard if you use the paid version. All right. Well, you know what? In order to pay for that type of thing, you need some financial support. And if you want to financially support people, start dropping more super chats on Johnny Boy's channel and on everybody else's channel. But
Bro,
more
I was gonna
importantly,
donate you guys some money, bro. I was gonna donate. I forgot. I was supposed to donate after that Pacquiao Broner fight. Yeah, I think I won some money off of that. No, I lost money. I won a different fight that I won money off. I forgot what fight it was. I was supposed to donate. I forgot.
I gotta say this real quick. Listen up, you can. I gotta curse real quick, BDA.
Oh,
so
come
excuse
on.
my French.
Come on.
Just a little fucks. Okay, here. Listen up, you fucks. We got 65 people watching and 32 fucking likes. Hit the fucking like button. Tell your hand to get off its ass and hit the fucking like button, you lazy cocksuckers. Hit the fucking like, put a fucking donation in the fucking thing. It makes us feel appreciated. Patrick Day would like to be appreciated, but he can't no more, so you can help us out. Go fuck yourself. Now, there you go.
Teach this kid a little fucking manners.
You got, I like this. I like the sentiment before that, but the cursing I can do without. The cursing I can do without. Let me just put it to you that way. All right? Oh, you got a little bit out of hand. A little bit.
God is watching, bro. God is watching.
Exactly.
Nah, he was all right, BDA. He wasn't out of hand.
He can't wait to get. He can't wait till I get to heaven so he can fucking drown me. Here's your baptism.
There you go again. There you go again with the cursing.
Yeah.
There you go again with the cursing. Listen, fellas, I think we've said it all when it comes to the Beterbiev fight. Let me just see if Bucho. All right, so we got. Oh, you know what? Bucho wrote down the predictions. You can still change your mind from here until Friday, and you're gonna have a lot of time to change your prediction because, like I said, the main event is probably gonna start at 1:30 a.m. Eastern time. So you got plenty of time to change your prediction. Don't be afraid. What I want to say.
What was Jimmy's prediction?
I forget.
He said. I think he said he had to get back because he was gonna.
Yeah, I know. He never gave it to us, man.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What was yours, Bucho?
He said Gvozdyk 9th round stoppage.
Wow, a lot of you guys feel like he's gonna stop him, right?
I mean, yeah, but it's like a referee stoppage TKO type of thing. He's not gonna knock him out.
Recognize I'm in this little pickle with these broads, bro. I might have to holler at you, bro, later on. Give the
sounds like a good problem.
Yeah. Well,
hopefully a good problem.
Johnny boy,
might have to give the young buck a little words of wisdom here.
Johnny boy, you know what his advice is gonna be, right? His advice.
What is it?
His advice is gonna start.
What's going on, bro?
His advice is gonna recognizes advice is gonna start this way. Well, what Rocco Siffredi would do, and then you can fill in the gaps from there.
I was just gonna say recognizes advice is gonna be it's gonna start with slay it and it's gonna end with leave and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like I'll show you a nice way to do it where they don't even know you left them.
It's called
the key, Johnny boy. Can you tell me something? Matrix, can you tell me something? Why is 100% X wearing sunglasses in the night?
That's a good question. I think he's just old high. That's probably what it is. If I had to guess.
Can you even see through that shit?
Well, I doubt it. To be honest with you, I mean,
Gypsy boxing style with the hardcore questions right there, man. The important questions. You should work for CNN, Gypsy.
At the piano?
You should work for CNN, man. All right, listen. By the way,
one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. No, I got pulled over today while I was on my way to court. These motherless rat bastards. You know who I feel like? I feel like that guy in Casino that they shot him when he had the fucking tinfoil in his hand with the sandwich on. That's how they're gonna do. That's how they're gonna do me up. Then they're gonna. Then you guys can make fucking Patrick Day jokes about me. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna make jokes
Oh, bro,
everywhere.
Johnny,
What?
this is what you do. This is what you do, bro. What you do is you go to court, you say not guilty. You wait for the cop. Well, hopefully not the cop. You're not waiting for the cop. When they summon the cop and the cop doesn't arrive, you can still fight your case, but you know what I mean, hopefully he doesn't arrive. When he doesn't arrive, no cop.
Well,
It's actually
Gypsy, my adopted brother Tom Hagen's my lawyer, so I'll get all straightened out. Don't worry about it.
Well, let me tell you something, my Mick Crowd friend. All right, listen. The point is this: somebody keeps asking in the who was it, SSB or SS something Nazi? He keeps asking who's the undercard. I was gonna mention the undercard real quick, but we're running out of time, so I'll just say this: it's Louis Collazo. It's Louis Collazo taking on a guy whose name I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. This guy is a. Hold on a second.
Why don't you just call him Colasso? Why
No,
you
I
call him
prefer
Collazo?
Collazo. I'm gonna go with Collazo.
No,
You know
actually,
what?
you're saying it the right way, but I say it the lazy way. Colasso.
You know what happened? I used to call him. I called him Colasso for the past 15 years until I realized that it was Collazo, and I said, you know what? No more Butchie. No more of this. I'm gonna start calling him Collazo from now on. And he's gonna be taking on. He's gonna be taking on a guy named Kudratillo Abdukakurov, another one of these Eastern Europeans coming from some fucking communist country or former communist country. It's going to be a 10-round welterweight showdown. Now, initially, after I saw Kudratillo fight, I said, this guy doesn't look like he has a lot of snap on his shots. He's got some good footwork and all that, undefeated. One of those phenoms from Eastern Europe, amateur phenoms. And I said, Luis Collazo is probably going to school him. But then I saw Collazo's last two fights. The boy's getting old. He's 38 years old, and his legs aren't there all that much anymore. And he's I think he's losing a little snap on his shots. So
he wasted all his power on that body shot on fucking Keith Thurman.
he spent it all on that fight. Yeah. He left it all there.
He left it right there.
Yeah, the thing about Collazo is he's got good abilities, but he always comes up short, man. Always.
That's what his girl said too.
Oh, come on. Come on. How you going to do a fellow Puerto Rican like that, huh?
I'm just telling you what she said, bro.
Y'all ready for this? We just getting started, honey.
Actually, no, we're not getting started. We're finished.
That boy is sugary right there.
Sugary. Yeah, he's got some sass to him, huh? All right.
Some broad said, what's your last? When I was at the work the other day, she's like, what did you say your last name was? Gag? I said, no, Keg. And I said it should be fucking Johnny Gag. That's a great fucking name right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna gag you.
Yeah,
gag your throat.
Yeah, exactly.
Johnny
You should have
Gag.
said that. You should have said, "Gag is what I'm gonna do. Is what I'm gonna make you do once I get you tied up in my basement tonight." Oops, did I say that?
That's what I told BDA. That's what I told her. I said, yeah, you can call me that though. Call me Johnny Gag. I like that better. We'll go with that. Fuck.
Yeah, my last name is Ushag, bro. So it's all good.
Is that real or is it?
That's his real last name. Is Armenian.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he's joking. All right, listen, fellas.
Gypsy, you gag.
We do have to go. All right. I think this is a good time to end the show. A good phase. All right, just what? All right, Bucho's again with the. All right, Bucho, man, come on. Every time, it's always the same. You get a.
You fat fucking scumbag!
We can play that. We can play that game, man.
Clown yourself. You should clown yourself. Why's that? So
You're one ugly motherfucker.
Hey, hold on.
My pussy hurts. My pussy hurts. I can barely walk some days.
All right, then you know what? That's a good time to fucking.
I have with my girlfriends. All that problems, bro. Their pussy hurts and they can't walk.
When they tell me that, I just have a little smile on my face.
I was just gonna say that.
Then you fuck her once. Then you fuck
I bring
her
over
once.
the wheelchair when that happens, bro.
I look at them and I say, that's just what I do.
Oh.
I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, what greaseball goombas come out of the woodwork.
A little out of line there.
Que chingue a su madre.
Que chinga tu madre.
This is Johnny Boy when he hangs out with the boys. making them gag, living up to his name.
What the fuck is that? Is he taking a shit, bro?
Hold on. I got another one here. I got another one.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Get the fuck out of here.
Was that too loud?
I never liked you, Kleinfeld. Not because you're a Jew, huh? I know plenty of Jews. It's because you're a lying piece of shit.
Fucking rat anyway. So family's all rats. Would have grew up to be a rat.
That sounds like me right there. Talking to people.
His whole family were
Go ahead.
You're a rat.
That dude in Carlito's way, the guy who was in prison. Yeah, I guess that motherfucker was a bad dude in real life too. I forget his name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
Not
they
because
based
you're
him.
a Jew, eh? I like the way he says, "Not because you're a Jew, eh?"
Snap your fucking neck like a breadstick, Kleinfeld.
Go ahead
Listen,
and kill
pal.
me, you cocksucker!
I can't even harm. I'm no good at the joy, Carlito.
That's exactly how I talk to all my Jew friends.
He said, Carlito, I'm walking around with fucking diapers here, man.
Yes, I want you to know, sir, that you have a hole living in
You know,
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Carlito is my Spanish name, bro.
Who put this thing together? Me! That's who!
I want to talk to you!
By the way, I already played that one.
I got fucking diapers! I shit my pants every day! I can't walk!
Sometimes you don't sound like you're kidding. You know, there's a lot of people around.
You got some born on the 4th of July on there, BDA?
Yeah, Bucho, don't you have some born on the 4th of July, or is that just Platoon?
No, you have some 4th of July.
I only have the Vietnam flashback sound effects. Hold on.
Everybody gotta die sometime.
It's gonna be alright, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot! Shoot, Nicky! No, Nicky!
So BDA, how was Vietnam?
It was a party. Let me tell you that much right now. All the alcohol you could drink and all the gooks you could kill. But listen, the point is this. I wanted to talk about. Did I say that? Did I say that out loud? Did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to. Listen, the point is this.
BDA wanted to be the first kid on his block with a confirmed kill.
Exactly. Bucho, man, play us some of your sound effects, man. Because I didn't hear the Platoon ones.
Did you use your weapon or did you use your gun when you got the confirmed kill, bro?
A necklace full of, like, made out of ears. Like a fucking psycho.
I mean, sometimes I just look at a guy and I know this fella's not gonna make it. That is one sorry ass motherfucker. What are you saving up to be? Jewish?
I like that laugh. Right
man.
The best thing.
Are you not entertained?
Them
That's what we
Hanukkahs
do.
and shit and everything. That's all good.
I'm just trying to find out if anybody in this room knows what.
That's what I scream in my bedroom. Are you not entertained?
Bucho, don't you have the Sergeant Barnes quote when he talks about what you boys know about killing? Talking about kill, boy. Ah, jeez,
He
you
said,
gotta
you
get that
guys
one.
smoke this shit to get away from reality? Me, I don't need this shit. I am reality.
Lecture me, you son of a bitch. You know who you're talking to? Hmm? You know my record? Yeah. You're a legend in your own mind.
I like that. You're a legend. Mine.
That's a lot into this show, man.
I can tell you how many. I can tell you how many Jews I killed in like the past few weeks.
Whoa.
Confirmed
All right.
kills, bro.
All right, hold on a second. You're going too far, man. You're going too far, man. What the fuck? All right, this is my. It's from a lecture I bought. $50 I paid on a online lecture on how to eat pussy.
Aerate it, warm it up. That cream, pure vanilla.
That's an actual professor telling you how to different types of pussies that there. Pussy, I should say. Pussy.
That's awesome.
Oh, I thought Bucho was playing something.
White man's bird.
Where's Quiet Film, the bitch ass pretender at?
I don't know. He's probably.
All right. You just want to start trouble now.
Go ahead. Make
It's cutting off, Pooch. It's going off. It's cutting off.
Should I say where's my favorite Jew at? Bring him over.
Oh, come on. You know what? He's gonna come back next time. He's gonna fucking tear this show up, man. And he's gonna go after you. Think you better be careful there, Boxing Style. Better
Dude,
be careful.
I burned him too many times. I don't even care.
Take the fucking wax out of your ears!
Why you got to use all this kind of language, huh? What's wrong with finding Jesus?
Should I tell you the reason why we got a little beef?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So this is what happened. Long time ago, before I even had a channel. So I looked at his channel and I was like, yeah, this guy got points, you know. I'm liking it. So I subscribed. And then I think the fight came around with AJ and Parker. And I said, AJ is going to do good. I mean, Parker's going to do good against AJ. I think he's a decent fighter. Maybe he even beats him. Then I got all this shitstorm of fucking, oh, Parker's this and shit, and Parker's garbage, and Thunderdome was another guy that actually said the same shit. No, nothing against Thunderdome. Anyways, so like, yeah, they made a mockery out of Parker. Parker went 12 rounds. It was a close fight. Anywho. Then they made mockery of Andy Ruiz as well. Andy Ruiz is garbage. Who the fucking Parker fight against? Andy Ruiz is nobody. And then guess what happened?
What was that?
Andy Ruiz won fucking beat AJ.
Oh, that was okay, but Boxing Style, the way you said it.
This is what happened. This is his thing though. His thing was Usyk will go up off of cruiserweight because Usyk is his favorite boyfriend. So you know what I mean. He wanted Usyk to go up and beat AJ, but Ruiz beat him to it, and then fucking Fury that I said Fury's probably gonna beat Wilder. You know, Fury ended up beating technically in many people's eyes Wilder. So his boy didn't get in time there to fucking make that shit happen. You know what I mean?
Well, wait a minute. First of all, yeah. First of all, you said the way you started the story, it was very deceiving because you went. This all started, and I thought you were gonna go way back to like 5-10 years. Something. It was fucking this year, man. What are you talking about? You made it sound like it was.
I was like, no. I started my channel. I started my channel technically right like a couple months ago. But
Yeah?
I've been watching Size for like maybe.
Look, this all started with Vanez got knocked out
maybe
second
2 to 3
round.
years, and then I found out about Matrix. After that, I started watching his shit.
I recognize. You want to say something about that?
What?
How this all really started? This whole thing.
I think this whole thing started for Gypsy when Vanez got knocked out in the second round. Let me explain to you why. Look, he was strong in his conviction. He thought he was going to go 12 rounds. He just forgot to factor in that Triple G hits hard.
Oh, he's down!
Exactly. And Vanez hasn't been fighting for a little while. So, you know, maybe he misread that. And then we kind of bust his balls a little bit. You know, we're busting his balls a little bit.
Sure, we break some balls here tonight.
And ever since then, you know, Gypsy's been on a rampage. That's what I personally.
No, look, bro. When I
and I like when he's on a rampage. I got to be honest with you. I think it's entertaining. That's my opinion.
Thanks, bro. But the thing is, though, with the Vanez shit, if I had to say, look, if I'm gonna make a prediction, I might as well go all confident, not go like, you know what, I think, you know, this and that. If I'm gonna have to make a pick, I still pick Triple G to win that fight. And
I think
also
you took a
said,
shot at me at that one when you said I think. Are you taking a shot at me?
No. I'm not taking
I thought you were being sarcastic.
No, bro, no. The thing is, though, I knew that Triple G would win no matter what. But the thing was, I was like, maybe Vanez can pull off a 12. No. But Vanez, but Vanez can't. But the thing is, though, now I'm hearing he took a dive. So like a year before anybody even the tweet came off from him, I've been hearing he took a dive. So I can't really, you know, justify that. But Andrade's fight with Triple G could probably justify that, and I want to see that.
But when he took a dive, did he say somebody paid him? That's what he said?
Dude, I think, pretty much that's what it is. They pay him a little bit extra to take a fucking dive. And plus, on top of that, it's actually not a bad thing, though. If you think about it, bro, you could actually bet on yourself to fucking lose in the second round specifically. I mean, the second round is pretty fucking close. You know, the odds would be pretty fucking high.
Well, you know the kind of trouble he could get into, right? By signing contracts like that and then betting on himself to lose.
It doesn't have to be him betting, though.
Look right, but like you know, admitting. In other words, like when you admit to something like that, there is some, I don't know exactly what it is, but you can get in trouble for that. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to bet against.
Yeah, but he didn't say betting. He said he took a dive. I don't know why he would even say that on tweet.
All right,
On
listen,
Twitter.
we're gonna have to keep this up for another
Yeah.
show because this is turning. This is gonna. We can go all night, or you guys can go all night with this. I don't. It's for another show. All right. So just want to thank
For
everybody.
Another day.
Another day. That's right. Live on to fight another day. That's what I would say. And I
All
want
right,
to thank
fellas.
everybody. Yes, indeed. I want to thank everybody who showed up on the panel. We had Cameron, we had Johnny Boy, boxing style, recognize. Jimmy dropped in for a little while. Gonzalo, of course, can't forget Gonzalo. So thank you guys for joining us.
Peace, everybody.
Everybody who called too. Everybody who called too. Can't forget the callers.
Everybody who called, Head Honcho, Muscle Memory, Boricua, Mrs.
The guy
somebody
who
else.
said the N word a whole bunch of times.
Him too.
Achaim, everybody.
All right. I also want to thank Eric Roses and Taco Beristain for their contributions.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, come on. No, this ain't the UN. This ain't the UN, all right? This ain't the UN. So I want to thank Eric Roses, Taco Berenstein for their contributions via the super chat. I want to thank everybody who listened. Let's give a shout out to. Hold on a second here. Oh, I'm hearing a little bit of echo. And by the way, don't forget, guys, leave your predictions in the comment section. And check out Gypsy Boxing Style's video so you can have more context about what the heck he's talking about with Precise. And that way, when Precise comes in and they start fighting, you'll have a little bit more context, all right? So we're going to give a shout out to Seamus Carey, Black Lomachenko, Unbiased Boxing, Alan R, Triple JJJ, The Quags, Marshall Ministry, Big Boys Boxing, Hucker Mustang, Overhand, Nes Mendoza. Who else? If I missed anybody, guys, Cachnello, of course, can't forget Cachnello. All Boxing Talk and News. I think Official Scorecard Boxing was in there as well. Shout out to Official Box 88, Unbiased Boxing, aka my homegirl Bay Area, Chinny Chin, and Duck, of course, Pink Panther. Pete, of course, in the chat room as well. Shout out to Pete. And thank you for listening, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Oh, and King Bucho, my co-host, of course. Can't forget King Bucho. Come on. What's the matter with me? Thank you, fellas. We'll see you on the next one.